as we delve into Chapter 4, Since When Can Weathermen Predict the Weather? Stood next to Artie's antennae. Nico, you heard an unknown voice coming through the radio and telling you they knew you were listening. And furthermore, that you should stop. Managing to note down the first 2 digits of the message's coordinates, you fled Eden Forest, and as you did so, at the site of the dinosaur attack earlier that night, you saw members of ARPA gathering to clean up the area and cover up the evidence. And heading up the team was Amadi Sparrow, the husband of your science teacher, Mrs. Sparrow, and you realized that contrary to her promise, your mother Meredith had contacted her colleague and directed them to what you had all witnessed. The following morning, you spoke to your dad, though not before looking over your mum's files, and inside you found details of a black box that had appeared in the loop through a tear in reality, and that similar tears had now been appearing across Eden Falls ever since. And so, biking to school, trying to memorize as much of the town's layout as possible, you met with Drake. Though not before Drake, still nursing a fairly severe head wound from the night before, you were approached by Lana, who thanked you for trying to protect both her and Amelia. And meanwhile, waking Artie in the wee small hours of the morning, Darla, you and your friend snuck into Eden Forest to follow up Nico and Artie's work from the previous night. But as you investigated, you were set upon by members of ARPA, and though Artie was able to make it away with the radio freshly dislodged from still receiving signals, you were briefly caught and gently interrogated by Commander Decker, a former colleague of your father's and the current head of the Loop's military base. Curious as to your presence here, along with your involvement in the black box incident in March, he let you go, though not before ordering 2 of your men to keep an eye on you. And all the while at school, Nico, you hacked into the school's mainframe, and in addition to spreading a very nasty virus around the entire computer system, which took little under half the day, you discovered correspondence between Principal Hughes and one Delilah Logan, requesting that the school be completely closed on the Sunday of the 30th of October, the day before the Halloween dance. And over lunch, Darla, you noticed another of the kids at school, TJ Graves, drawing in an exercise book, drawing exactly the same images you had seen on the comic book that you and Nico had found. A comic that will not be written until the year 2024. Realizing that Amelia had been absent all the school day, and with Drake noticing the presence of 2 military-trained individuals watching from across the street, you made to leave. And as you did, you overheard a voice coming over Artie's radio. Amelia, calling Nico and the others to join her at her house. And so, led by Darla, you arrived, and were quickly whisked away into her garden shed, where you saw an individual sprawled out on a bed of compost bags, wearing an ARPA hazmat suit, a jagged chunk of metal lying next to him. And as you all removed his helmet, you were each met with an all too familiar face, albeit some decades older. Artie King. The previous night, mist clinging to the streets all around Eden Falls. Amelia, you stand there, the trash bag falling to your feet as you reach for the lid of the trash can behind you, holding it in front of you as a makeshift shield, and before you, dressed in a yellow and burned hazmat suit, the ghostly figure stumbles toward you, hand outstretched, their black opaque helmet cracked down the middle and impaled with a large, jagged chunk of metal. And as they reach out towards you, they ragdoll down to the ground. And all is quiet.
Oh, no. What are you? And For a second, kind of running up to their feet with the trash can lid in hand, I'd like to kind of hesitantly, but then like hit their foot with it just to make sure like they are down, like they're not reacting. Just to double check.
You hear a little bit of a bit of a crunch underneath this bin lid, but they do not respond.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still with the trash can in between as a shield, just in case? Are you okay?
There is no response, save for the echo of your voice around the empty suburban streets.
Well, and she'll throw the lid to the side. I'd like to try to pick up maybe his like right foot and try to drag him backwards. I don't know how heavy he is.
Just make a straight a move check for me, please.
Okay. Not great. This is a perfect start.
Pull on the leg, and you feel that it is definitely loose and limp and very heavy as you just dig your heels in, and your heels sort of like move very quickly for a moment until you just fall on your behind and just oof, and you are just sat next to this much taller man.
Listen, you can't fall asleep here, and I'd like to try to shake their body a little bit.
As you do, you see displayed rather prominently on the figure's chest the acronym ARPA. And further to this, you see in slightly more detail and slightly closer up the burn marks that surround this figure's form. They are plentiful, and they are not that old from the looks of it. But moreover, as you shake them around, they sort of flop onto their back, and their helmet stares up towards the sky, and you see in further detail the crack that traces its way down the center of their helmet, and the jagged chunk of metal. And you see that it is of a similar size and design to that which you found in the cave earlier on that night, albeit not nearly as rusted. But you notice something else. Marks along its side. Interrupted by blackened burn marks, but marks nonetheless, and to anyone else, they would not mean much. But to you, they are unmistakable. For they are almost identical to those found on another piece of metal that you know intimately well, and that you have been carrying for some time now.
No way. Oh. And her face lights up for just a moment, just surprised and excited to see this match. And I'd like to run my fingers over it.
As you do so, nothing happens, but you do brush away a little bit of the blackened soot and dirt that lies upon its surface. Not only does this particular imprinting look familiar, but make an investigate check for me, actually.
Oh, you're real. I know that. And she's just bubbling with excitement. 1 success.
I would say with 1 success, while you cannot tell what it says, you can absolutely ascertain that this chunk of metal contains the top half of, if not a full word, part of one.
Oh, okay. No. You're important. You're very important. You have to. Looking around, remembering that it's dark out right now. You have to wake up. I'd like to just cautiously tap like on the side of the helmet. I don't want to get close to the cracked glass at all. Just, please, come help me carry you out of here. Just not in here.
Whoever this person is, they are out cold, and they are not responding.
No. I have a wheelbarrow. She remembers gardening father might have something with wheels. As I sprint back home for a hot second.
If anyone was watching from across the street, which at this hour of night they are not, they would see a very small figure wearing a very large sweater moving backwards and forwards through the mist, rushing and, after disappearing out of sight for a moment, as a wheelbarrow just comes into view, and there is the sound of much effort and then coming from behind your house, just ragdoll limbs flopping over the side, and occasionally just struggling with the balance a little bit, just you pushing this wheelbarrow tentatively across your garden.
And the entire time as she's kind of pushing, going straight to the backyard, she is talking to this individual. I cannot wait. I'm so glad you found me. You came to the right place. I'll take care of you, but you have to tell me everything when you wake up. You hear that? And occasionally, in an awkward fashion, trying not to tip it, she'll like tap him on the shoulder every now and then. I hope you're listening. It may not recognize, but you'll hear this later on. This is my voice, and make sure you remember, because I've got so much I've got to ask you. And I will show you the... Oh, no, never mind. Forget what I was going to say. But you'll need to tell me everything where you are. The group will need to know. Nico will need to know. And she'll try to, like, pull him back to the back shed at this point.
You're able to do so, and after pushing a couple of compost bags down from the side, you're able to create a small makeshift bed down the centre of this admittedly quite cramped space. But as the body flops down, the chunk of metal just comes a little bit loose. Not out, but loose, as the figure's head just flops to one side.
Oh, that just will be a hazard to leave there. I'd like to pull it a little bit to see if it's loose. Kind of like testing a loose tooth. I don't want it to shatter anymore around the glass.
As your hand reaches around, you slide it out gently, like the sword from the stone. And it just is light. Very light to hold and handle.
This is... And she kind of looks it over for a little bit, just for feeling like, does the texture seem right? The weight of it appropriate?
I will not make you roll for this because of how much you have studied the other item in your possession. Mm-hmm. Were it not for... And as you wipe away the sort of soot and the burn marks, you see that this piece of metal looks almost new, shiny and chrome, whereas the one you have, your makeshift bookmark, yours is much more verdigris, much more aged, much more weathered. This appears brand new.
Oh. Another maid? Does it seem to have like the same kind of dents in it? Like there's the intended design, but then there's like the imperfections of actually making it that kind of give it a unique feel to it. Does that seem also to be parallel in what I'm holding?
Absolutely.
And you see this kind of look of confusion, slight bafflement, the furrow of the brows. She drops her eyeglasses further on her nose to try to inspect it more, holding it up to the light that might shine through like the shed door that she's got propped open. I'm going to hold on to this for a moment. You just, you stay there. Just for a moment. And I'd like to hop out to get a better look at this. Trying to figure out that this can't be the same piece. Like in her brain, like that doesn't make sense.
Make another investigate check. With one success, I will say as you turn the piece around in your hand, you see that it is not quite the same size. And indeed, the markings are not quite the same, but with one success, I will say. I will say that you are able to ascertain, it takes you a while, that you can see similar... Basically, you might be able to fashion some kind of a join between your piece and this.
Oh, okay. She'll try to prop the figure up a little bit so they look comfortable in her mind. Until that... No, yeah, you look great, as is. Don't go anywhere. Don't open the door. Don't do anything. I know that the body's not responding to her whatsoever, but she's still talking to it. Just stay there. And she'll quietly shut the door while she'll run up to her bedroom, tiptoeing past all the doors, trying not to bother anyone, making a beeline for her book bag.
You do so. Everyone is asleep. Everything is quiet. The house makes not a sound.
There's another one in the same markings. And where is it? There it is. And I'd like to try to click the two together.
So as you bring these two pieces together, they are jagged along their edges. And as you bring them together, it looks almost as though it is one piece that has split apart.
She lets out a small squeal, just freaking out for a moment.
And as you bring the shiny portion of the top down to the green, weathered portion on the bottom, suddenly the markings on this piece of metal you have carried with you begin to make sense. Or as much sense as the half word you see before you might be. You see the word Calibu. Calibu.
Calibu. What is that? Calibu? Is that one word? Is it the end of a word? Does it look like it's at the start or the end or the middle, like in terms of spacing around it?
Make another investigate check for me.
Calibu. Think, Amelia. Calibu could be...
Two. I will say you can definitely see at least the beginnings of one letter on one side and another on the other. And in fact, with two successes, I will say that the letter that comes before Calibu, you wager is either a K or an X.
K or X. Where have I seen this before? No. Oh, can I make a guess? Oh, should I do that? Ames, that's so sort of, like her brain wants to think Excalibur right away. I don't know. No, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't make guesses. But it could be. And she just goes through these highs and lows of getting really excited, thinking she's figured this out, but trying to pace herself. No. Maybe not. But why this metal? Why does it look like that? Why are they so different and they fit perfectly? And she'll like to run back down stairs to the shed once again.
Okay. The figure is still there, unmoving. I will say you do hear a very reassuring heavy breathing coming from within the helmet.
Okay. And you'll see her fidget for a while. Like she'll open the door, see that he's sleeping, will slowly close behind, and is like tapping her feet, snapping her fingers a little bit, like unsure of like, do I bother him? Do I wake him up? Are you awake yet? Say yes if you're awake. Okay, knock. And I'd like to try to knock on the suit a little bit. I know it's like a hazmat, like it's not a hard surface, but
Yeah, make any kind of roll you would like to try and wake this figure up. I will say it would require 3 successes.
Okay. Wait. Sometimes, think Amelia, if he's injured, maybe that won't do well. Can I try to pull the helmet off a little bit?
Absolutely, go for it.
I'll start with that. Okay, I know this is a small shed, so she'd like to shimmy a little towards the side and try to lift up, kind of like releasing it from the side.
Make a force check for me.
Okay. A force check.
You need 2 successes.
Where is the force under?
Body.
Body. Oh, okay. I was like, there it is. I can't read. I'm sorry. Play Amelia and I can't read. Okay.
It is lodged in there fairly tightly.
Okay. That crack in there, is it notable that like I can hear his breathing and the scent can come through pretty well?
Yeah, you can see that the crack itself was clearly caused by the metal. But whether it is large enough to see through, you can certainly give it a go.
I don't need, no. Sight wouldn't help as much. Is there something of strong scent that I might be able to stuff inside the helmet to wake him up?
As you're thinking, you look around and see the cornucopia of herbs that sit around the garden shed.
Perfect. Let's see, what's one's strongest? And I would just like start grabbing different ones and sniffing. No, this one's stronger. No. And just try to find the one whichever one is the most intense, most like pungent sort of smell that might wake someone up. I don't have like smelling salts, but I'm trying to get towards that effect.
Okay, so I'll say this seems like a charm. So we'll see if you can charm him into waking.
Okay. I will use one of my blesses to bump that 4 up.
Okay. As you just...
Oh, does it not?
Be Sam, but we've each been cursed, so we're gonna have to use more blesses if you wanted to. Sorry.
I'm almost held up a middle finger there. One of you are jerks out there. I'm trying. Okay, fine. I will use a second bless to counter said curse. I will find out about this man. You cannot stop me. I am determined. And when I see a brick wall, I'm going through it. Let's do this.
As you press these smelling salts, or your equivalent of, just up against the crack in the glass.
Yeah, stuffing it in.
You see one of the gloved hands just begin to twitch. And then immediately just shoot up and grab your wrist. And suddenly, can you make a body check for me, please?
Okay. I hope I don't regret this. 0 successes again.
You find the figure just towering over you and holding your wrist, just looking down with this blank, opaque visage as he pushes you back towards the edge of the shed. And you find yourself pushed into one of the nearby shovels, which just falls down next to you. And you hear from inside, "Where am I? Where am I?" And with that, he collapses once more onto the ground.
That looks cool. This is like Amelia's first little solo mission. She's very excited about this. It's hot in here. I'd like to open the door back up at this point. And you'll see her at a moment like pacing outside the shed, trying to recover from this little encounter. She said, "Oh my God, Aim, you did that. You survived, and it was fantastic. He didn't actually hurt you. It was so terrifying, but you made it through, and you're alive, which is the best part. And you know he's alive, and he said something, but maybe they don't speak the same thing? No, that's not what he said. What was the sound?"
So, Amelia, for expediency's sake, what does the rest of your night, and indeed the start of your day, look like?
After pacing, almost till the sun comes up, she has not slept this entire time. She gets the idea of thinking Excalibur. Maybe that is something. I should look it up. Maybe there are other comparisons to it. So she goes back up to her room and, in the midst of all of her books, trying to find anything around the lore of Excalibur, falls asleep on her bed. Just passed out, book in face, sort of, nothing cute, right? Like not book to the side, like book on top of her face, hand over on another page, keeping bookmark there. And of course, right next to her, those two metal pieces still.
So you read the myths, and you read of Excalibur, the Lady of the Lake, King Arthur. Stories that you are well versed in, and stories that you have read many, many times before, hundreds of iterations. Nothing that appears to help you with the man in the garden shed. But as sunlight begins to stream in through your window and across your bed and sort of into your eyes as you slowly begin to stir, you look across at your clock and you realize that you are incredibly late if you are trying to get to school on time. Your parents don't appear to have noticed, though. You can hear sounds downstairs, you can hear the muffled voice, but the day is yours.
No. This is much more important than school. Right. Maybe there's more over there. She'd like to try to sneak out over by that dumpster again, where she had originally picked up this body. Very quietly, like sneaking out, like wearing the tiny quiet flats that she can. No book bag in hand. She's just going out there, pure, light, and simple.
Can you make a sneak check for me, please?
Yes. Zero successes yet again.
As you start to creep down the stairs, you'd immediately just hear the voice of your father. Amelia? Why, my dear girl, why ever aren't you at school? Are you feeling all right? And he just immediately presses his hand up against your forehead.
I am back on a study break. Study hall, teachers pass to get a book. My English teacher was really excited about a book that I'd mentioned, so I told her on my study hall I'd run home, I'd grab it, and I forgot it.
Oh, how wonderful. I didn't know that American schools provided free periods. I thought that was rather a private school thing back at home.
They really trust me. I've done such a great job in school.
Oh, darling, I'm so pleased to hear it. Well, in that case, I was thinking of whipping up a couple of sandwiches for later on. Would you like to partake?
Yes, that would be fantastic. And I'll just leave it on the counter. Don't wait up for me. I'll pick it up later.
Wonderful. Say no more. And with that, he heads off to the kitchen and begins whistling away.
Stupid lie. Good grief. Bye! And she'll slam the door shut, running out towards the dumpster.
Everything is much as you left it. The trash bag sits next to the dumpster, and the trash can lid sits off to one side, and you see unmistakable, heavy footprints in the ground, and also the slight indentation in the grass where the figure fell.
That's it. Okay. Footsteps. Where do the footsteps go? Follow the footsteps, Ames, and then you'll find out where you need to go. I'd like to backtrack from those footsteps.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me, please.
I don't know who sent me all of those wonderful blesses, but they are going to come into handy now. I got 1 success. To bump that investigate up, do I need to spend 2 more to get that to 2 successes? I can use 1?
Yeah, you have a 5, so you can
Okay.
just do 1, and that'll get you 2.
Perfect. I would like to do that, please.
So I will say, with 1 success, you are able to trace these footsteps back away from your house, through your back garden. You find yourself tracing your way through and around a number of suburban houses. With 2 successes, as you are backing away in the sort of reverse path of where the figure walked, out of the corner of your eye, you see a shimmer in the air, identical to that which you witnessed in the caves underneath the waterfall.
Another one.
You see that it is nowhere particularly special. It just appears to be next to a pair of gently creaking swings in a park, just small, communal. There's a park, there's also a seesaw to one side as well, and one of those roundabout things as well.
I knew it. I knew you were a portal. I knew you were something special. Now there are 2 of you. There are 2 of you in this town. Something is opening this up. I see you over there. I'm still keeping like the side profile. Like I'm talking to it, but not looking at it at this. Oh, it's a portal. Portal. We got to give it like a shiny portal. I'd like to reach out. Do you move like the other one? Like looking at.
You reach out to it, and much as the other one, you are only able to see it when it is in your periphery, and as you reach out once more, it is like pressing 2 magnets up against one another. You cannot touch it, but unlike the other one, rather than being warm, there is a slight chill that emanates from it.
The push from it.
Almost like air conditioning.
How strange. Hot and cold. Maybe 2 different ends? Where did you come from? How long have you been here? Oh, okay. This is exciting. The footsteps seem to lead in that space of where it is, right? Like it did come out from that.
As you look directly towards what you have seen in your periphery, it immediately disappears. But as you look down to where you imagine it hangs, you see footsteps simply appear there.
Yes! Yes, I knew it was a portal. There's a portal, and that thing came through it. I keep my voice down, trying not to. I know it's a park, right? But I don't want other people. Are there actually other people here?
It doesn't seem to be, no. You can see that this park sort of sits in the middle of a number of trees that hang around, and you can see that sort of a stone's throw away from this park, there's a small circle of houses around the outside of it with a large roundabout that goes around the trees, but with this being a school day, no kids around, no parents.
Another one of these, so there's 2 of them. But I wonder how close they are. A map! I need a map of this town. Is there like a tourist welcome center or like a city center that might have like a map, or should I just head over to the library? Would I know which one to go to?
I would say that, and it's probably around lunchtime at this period, it's almost halfway through the day, it would be a fair trek for you to get into town at this time. Probably, to get to the library, it would probably take you around an hour's walk, maybe 40 minutes on bike.
Ugh, no. It'll take too long. Maybe the others can bring me a map. We need to be able to figure out how far these are, and then maybe if we start to identify what others are, we can see a pattern. A path. There has to be more. If this one's open, there's probably others. There's 2 we know of. And if that thing came through, where did he come from, though? Was it the same place as the dinosaur? Didn't look like a dinosaur, though. Is it a dinosaur in a suit? I'd like to... No. Maybe that wasn't the best thought. We're just piecing random things together. Don't. I see the judgmental faces. None of that. I'm not
Clever
making any
girl.
assumptions here. I have not opened the helmet yet, so I do not know. I need help getting the helmet off, and I need a map, which means I need help. That's what it means. I'd like to try to sneak back home. One, to get those metal pieces again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she realizes it's time to see if she can contact her friends at this point.
Okay. So you manage to get in, and you see that over by the kitchen counter, your father's just as he's just slowly spreading butter across bread, and you're able to sneak upstairs and grab the pieces of metal, and your landline is downstairs. It is just around the corner from the kitchen. So you will need to make a sneak roll to see if your call goes noticed.
Okay. Aha! One success, at least.
You are on a roll.
Wish I was you.
Yeah, same. We're gonna get nothing because of this.
Talent.
You call Nico's landline, aware that he might not be back at this point, but you might at least be able to talk to one of his parents, you might be able to leave a voicemail, and indeed a voicemail is what you end up leaving, as you ask for them to come, and for them to bring everyone else with them. You are waiting around 40 minutes or so, until eventually, pacing in front of the garden shed, you see your friends appear, led by Darla walking towards your house, quietly ushering them towards the garden shed. They all scurry in, and as you're all about to talk, suddenly, Amelia, you hear your father's voice from outside, and Amelia! Amelia?
Mm-hmm.
Sandwiches are ready for you, whenever you want them, love.
Oh, right. I'll come get them. Don't worry. Don't come on out. Everyone, shh.
All right. Hope you're having fun. If you're in there, please do try and rearrange the trowels. It would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. And she'll quietly try to leave the group and close the door behind her as she runs back towards the house, entering from the back door. Sandwiches, right.
They're just over there. Love, are you all right? You seem awfully distracted.
No, it's perfect. Nothing's wrong. Just a picnic in the backyard.
All right. Well, lovely. Let me know if you need anything else. All right.
Sure. I might be making some noise reading out loud, so if you want to just stay working in the house or the front yard,
Oh, goodness, it has been such a long time since you performed one of your lovely little plays for your mother and myself. You really should do it. I know you're probably too old, but
tomorrow.
Not now. Yes, not now. Not now. I don't want to intrude on your time now.
Yeah.
Yes. You look a little pale. Are you sure you're all right?
No. Very. And she slaps her face to wake it up and add a little more color. I'm great. I thank you so much for the sandwiches. And she leans over to give a small kiss on the cheek to her dad. It's fine. I've got to work on that play for tomorrow. Right. I'll be if you hear anything, let it be. I'm trying to be creative. And she'll shut the door as she walks out.
So long. So long. And he heads off, picking up a plate of sandwiches himself, and as you scurry across the garden, sandwiches in hand, you enter the garden shed, and as you turn, you stare at the figure in front of you, as you see that the others have removed the helmet, and you see staring back at you, unconscious, your friend Artie. But around his closed eyes there are prominent crow's feet, and around the temples his black curly hair is greying. And if you had to hazard a guess, you would say he's probably in his mid to late 50s. And down the centre of his face, perfectly mirroring the crack in the helmet, there is a very fresh-looking and bloodied scratch tracing his brow and nose. And Artie is currently unconscious on the floor, having recently fainted. As the rest of you look and see him just down on the floor and just immediately hit.
Darla would immediately run over to him and try to
Sort of-
pick him up.
He sort of comes to a bit and, what am I doing? Why am I? Where?
Amelia, what is? And she's just like pointing back as she is helping Artie not lay on the ground.
I kidnapped him. Do you want a sandwich, by the way? And she'll kind of offer this small plate of
I don't want
sandwich.
it.
We've also just reached a supernatural event. Drake,
Yes.
can you make a move check for me, please?
Thank God. Make a move check, Drake. Oh, you've
Do it.
succeeded. Nico.
Do it.
You need 3 successes.
And you're cursed.
That's true. Oh.
Just trying to be, hey, I'm just trying to be Sam.
Oh, perfect.
Drake,
Yeah. 3 successes.
you hit the floor, and you are injured as well as the figure in front of you lurches to his feet and just his fist slams across your face as you crumple to the floor, Drake, and immediately this figure is on top of you and his hands are around your throat as you just, where am I?
Ooh. Nico's going to jump in. Nico's going to jump in and you know that like Krav Maga move where they grab someone's arms and they roll them over to like put them down face down? And I'm going to use my pride. I will be patient and defensive until someone puts their hands So Nico grabs, rotates, puts them down. And what is it? I'm going to say something stupid. So it's pretty clear to us that this is like already of some sort, right?
Very much seems to be, yeah.
Okay. Do you know about the comic Spaceman from Pluto?
As you just hold him there, and you feel his fingers begin to loosen from you, Drake, as he just... What are you... And suddenly his eyes go wide. As his eyes go past Artie, and they fall on you, Darla.
Oop.
Darla?
She's looking at Artie in her arms. And does this
Young
voice sound
Artie
like
and
Artie? Just older?
It does, yeah. It is unsettling and uncanny, and you can see that, and for the purposes of saving confusion, from here on out, old Artie will be referred to as Arthur, as Artie looks across at this older doppelganger, currently just being locked in place by Nico, as two just stare at one another. And Arthur turns to you, Nico, and... What was that about a spaceman?
If I let you go, are you going to punch any of us again?
Make a charm check.
Done. Terrible at that. Oh, hella bad at that. No successes.
He just looks, and he can't quite see you at this point, but he's looking at you, Drake, and if you... How do I know that you're not gonna... Why am I in here?
I'm gonna let you
Why
go.
did you punch me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you punch my friend again, I'm going to break your clavicle.
It's this one.
Okay. Okay, I
Let him
promise.
go. I let him go. And we're in a shed, right?
Oh, a very
Small
cramped
room.
shed.
Is it like a workshop shed?
Yeah, there are tools hanging
grab a
around this
hammer.
side. He turns around, and as he does so, his eyes fall on you for the first time, Nico.
I'll put you down.
What? How do you two know each other?
What do you
What?
mean? We go to
What?
school together.
Not yet, you don't.
What are you talking about? Where are you from? What are you?
Future.
No, wait. When are you from? Right? Is that the
When?
question? And you see
Sure, it
like
doesn't
Amelia
matter.
lighting up in all of this.
Why do you look like Artie?
Wait, what? Sorry, and you can see Artie just beginning to stand up, and he is just hanging on
Darla's
every word
helping
as
him.
Arthur looks between each of you. Okay, what year is this?
It's 1983. It's October.
It's true.
That means.
Why?
Oh.
Did you
That
try
means
to
it-
jump to a different time and then you missed?
No, that.
Oh,
Um,
comics are useless. They're always wrong.
You guys really thinking this is Artie from a different time?
I don't know. He looks awkward. It just and like I didn't think he was gonna age that well, so like it makes sense.
I guess that's
Darla's
true.
looking up
And-
at Artie, who
He
she's
re-
kind of helping.
Artie just looks at you, Darla, and just says, I think I need some air. Can I step out?
Yeah, yeah, I'll go with
you. Can,
you.
no. You
You can't be
can
by yourself
fill me
right
in.
now. Are you kidding
Artie,
me?
do you have a
I'm-
birthmark or anything?
Look back at
I got
Nico.
I got a mole on my throat.
Weird man, show me your throat.
And you see it is identical.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah,
that's I'm gonna step
Does
out
anyone
with
have a-
you, Artie.
Does anyone have a tissue that I can?
I have a
I'm
sandwich.
bleeding.
And she'll hold up the plate of sandwich.
He takes the bread and just like smears it across his face and like dabs it like a sponge just across this fresh cut. And I don't know you. Who are you? Do you go to our school?
Ours. I don't think you are in the right age group to go to my school.
And he watches Darla and Artie step on out.
You recognize me?
Yeah, I recognize you and you're Lee, right? Is it Lee?
Yeah. Drake,
Drake, you know
why did you punch me?
I'm sorry. I saw people over me and I panicked. I'm sorry. I have questions. And I recognize at least 2 of the 3 people in this room. We can help each other, okay? You can ask me questions if you answer some of mine.
I
I
like
put the
this.
hammer away.
We could sit down on the compost if you'd like. You don't have to stand hovering over us looking like you're going to attack Drake again.
Fair enough.
And then you
he
can eat
just
the rest of the sandwich. Just calm down a little. You are in my shed after all. Ta-da.
Okay, you asked me when I'm from.
Mhm.
Okay, so in the year 2024, I work for the Loop. I have done for around 20 years. So that's where I'm from. This is very strange. When did I get here?
Yesterday.
I'm assuming yesterday.
Okay.
1983. Right. October.
Right.
If you were asking the year, yeah, 1983.
The Halloween dance party is coming up. You can't go
Okay.
probably unless you go as a chaperone, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that. And you see him looking or trying to peek out of the door towards where Darla and Artie are. Darla, what are you doing currently?
Currently, she is probably finding if there's not a bench or something to seat outside, then helping Artie just like sit in the grass up against the shed and cool him down. I'm assuming he's probably sweaty and anxious and lightheaded. Are you okay?
Yeah. I don't understand.
I don't think anybody does. That's not you.
Well, I don't know. Like, am I meant to be seeing myself? Or does it mean that's already happened for him? Has he seen? Darla, I'm really confused. I'm really confused. I'm having trouble breathing.
Oh, do you need your inhaler? And she's grabbing your backpack and pulling it around, and you hear just the zipper and her rummaging and probably taking out tools to try to find it. Where is it? Do you keep it at the bottom? Is it smaller?
And he just snatches it off you and just. I'm okay. I'm okay, Darla. If you need to go and ask questions,
Why would I leave you out here by yourself? In what world does that make sense? I mean, not that much makes sense right now.
Okay.
Do you want me to walk you home?
No, I'll stay. Whatever this is more important. I can come in. I'll come in.
Okay, but the minute it's too much, just pull on my sleeve.
Okay.
Okay. And she stands up and she's putting her like hands down to try to pull him up with both of hers and help him walk in, and probably first opening the door a little bit to make sure nobody's in front of it.
So, Drake and Amelia, can you make competing comprehend checks for me, please?
I would like to use one of my blesses.
Okay. I will say that as with one success. Okay. In that case, you both spot
you have a
different
curse.
things.
Yep. So curse plus 3 blesses.
You would
So-
need.
I will say both of you in that case notice different things. Amelia. Actually, no, Drake. Drake, you notice that as Darla and Artie enter, the Arthur sat before you. His eyes widen and immediately dart away from Darla as she walks in. But I will also say that during the entirety of your interaction, Amelia, as the three of you have been in here interviewing him, you've noticed that Arthur, while trying to hide it, seems intensely interested in Nico. Okay, so since its inception in the 60s, the Loop project has been pursuing a lot, okay? Clean energy, instantaneous teleportation, it even helped fuel the space race. But at the forefront of its work, it's always been time travel. All through the 70s, 80s, 90s, they were trying and failing. But in the end, what turns out all it took was a team who had grown up reading Asimov, worshipping comets, and watching anime, not to mention a childhood of technology given to us by the Loop to come up with the answers. So that's what I was brought in to work on. I spearheaded the entire thing.
But you had a team, right? Who was on your team?
There were 10 of us in total. We created a battery, a black box capable of drawing on magnetrine power, converting it into energy, and the last thing I remember was turning the machine on to test it. An explosion, and I don't know what happened next. After that, it's all blurry. And then I woke up here. And I punched you, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you came through a portal.
Darla, didn't you say something about a black box?
Yeah, something that we've been trying to discover where it came from. So do you know that answer then?
Well,
Where the
I-
black box originated?
well, I made it. My team and I in the year
In the future?
2023. Yeah. Well, 1 year in my past, but yeah, we've been working on
And
it.
how did it make it here?
I mean, I don't know, and okay, it's my turn for questions now, if that's okay. I don't remember this. I don't know you, and he points at you, Amelia. I certainly don't remember, either of us, and he points at you, Darla, and Artie, being particularly chummy with any of you, and Nico, you didn't arrive into Eden Falls for another 3 years. I think it was 86. So what has happened directly before this? How do you know about the black box? What help me understand, please.
Well, it just showed up at some point this last year in the spring. And when it got near enough to different, so we'll just say electronics, basically, everything would go haywire. And blackouts, lots of blackouts. So that's kind of what started it. Robots shutting down and then also chasing after this black box as if they have a desire for it. Also, wait, why am I telling you all of this? How do I know that you are who you say you are?
Yeah, you don't even have a name tag on or anything.
Yeah, you could be a spy. Nico was talking about spies earlier.
Arthur, what's my
What?
last name?
Markov, right? It's Markov.
What's my other last name?
You have two last names?
He does know. My mind has gone blank. Sorry.
I got you. It's Hawkins.
That was it, yeah. He says, without a moment of hesitation,
No.
Hawkins. Look, you can interrogate me all you like. My head is throbbing, and
Yeah, so
I
it's
imagine.
fine.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry. But also, I don't know how wise it is, us being in the same room. And he looks at Artie.
Darla also looks up at Artie.
Artie just nods. So, look, I need to get back.
How do you propose that?
I have no idea.
I do know the portal that you walk through, because even though you don't remember my name, I told you my name because I was the one who pulled you back here when you collapsed like a rag doll. So you're welcome, first of all. And second of all, I can take you back there.
Okay, that would be a start, but
I do want a piece of information, though, in exchange on that. And she's only going to pull out the newer piece of metal. This was embedded in your helmet. She's just going to hold it up to see, but will not offer it to hand over. It stands for Excalibur, right?
yeah.
I knew it!
It was a joke from the team.
Wait,
Arthur King, Arthur. That's a bit of the machine.
the machine that made this is called... This battery is Excalibur?
No, you are holding in your hand a piece of my time machine.
Oh. Can I keep it?
A little bit of blood just trickles down, and yeah, of course.
Right.
GM. We just got a donation for not only an inner monologue, but the request is that they want Arthur's inner monologue.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Whoever
Very
did that,
interesting.
you're cheeky.
I love that.
The only thing that is running through his head right now she's alive. Which means my plan can work.
Huh.
He stands there and looks around at all of you, just kind of awkwardly, and you can see, like, this yellow hazmat suit he wears is hanging fairly loosely off him. He doesn't look as though he has a terribly impressive frame, it has to be said.
I mean, it is Artie.
So it makes sense. Darla would turn to RT. We should follow that lead and get you out of here. You three figure out what to do with you. And she says, pointing at Arthur.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay, H.G. Wells, what do you want to do? You want to go see your family, hide in the woods?
That's a good reference.
I don't know if
Amelia's
people
gonna,
should see a time-traveling spaceman in this hazmat suit walking around.
Oh,
Yeah,
you should
I
leave
mean-
that. For sure.
Going to Eden Falls is not a good idea. ARPA's all over that.
That's true.
Well, I don't want to upset anything more than I potentially already have. So, yeah, I think low-key is good.
You have
Where do
pants
you-
on underneath that, right?
Yeah, I have a shirt and tie as well.
Oh, the hot cave, Nico.
The what?
Let him stay. Oh, sorry. We were on our way to Nico's hideout, the hot cave, and then you called? Anyway, that could be a place.
Oh my gosh. No, it's the Hawk Cave. Like
Oh,
like a
why'd you
bird
call it
of
the
prey.
hot cave?
Oh, I just thought it was hot.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
it's-
it was like
it's
a
a-
little humid and
Hot. Okay.
whatever.
Near a water tower.
Can this
Gotcha.
guy stay there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, Nico.
Why do you know her last name?
Your mom's?
Yeah.
Well, she worked at the Loop. Is she working there now? Is that
Yeah.
why you're... Right. Yeah, that's why. Old files is all.
Why did you look into hers?
I know everyone. We have to be aware of who has been working on previous research. Your mom's name came up a lot.
And that takes Nico aback.
You
Your
okay?
black box is different.
How do you mean?
I don't think this black box is the same as yours. Because you made yours. They don't seem to know who made this one.
Do you know where this box is now?
Probably the Loop. The Logans took it back. Well, not
The
Robert,
Logans?
but yeah. They're the ones who spearheaded a lot of trouble with this.
Say that again.
Arthur, I don't think our worlds are the same.
No. No,
I
not
don't
do
think
I.
you went backwards. I think you went back and left. And Nico kind of demonstrates a line going down and then to the right, trying to signify that, like, you didn't go back in time in your own timeline. You skipped to a different one.
It is alarming just how immediately Arthur understands what you're talking about, and as you're midway through, he's just like nodding, much to the bewilderment of many of the others in the shed, but he nods and... Yeah, I'm starting to think you might be right.
I am a Hawkins.
Yeah, you are. So this Hawk Cave,
Yeah, y'all
You
do
think-
that. I'm gonna leave with Artie. Take him home.
Yeah. Make sure you get some food in him.
Mhm.
He looks a
Do you want the
little
rest of the sandwich to go?
lightheaded.
It's
Does Artie
half a-
contest a sandwich?
it's like half a sandwich.
Oh, it's better than
Artie sort of absent-mindedly reaches out and takes it without really thinking and steps away.
Darla takes one as well that she's going to give to him, so he has to.
Arthur
Yeah.
turns to you, Drake, and I know this is kind of awkward, but do you have any clothes I can borrow?
Yeah. I have an extra shirt in my backpack.
Cool, thank you.
You already have pants, right?
Yep, as I have already. Yep, I've got. And he takes your
Just
shirt.
making sure they're not burnt or anything. So
And he changes into something a little less conspicuous as he stands in front of you all. And okay,
watch you get changed, so make sure you don't have anything on you.
okay, fine. And he just sort of demonstrating quite obviously to
Darla
you,
would have left
like,
before this.
turning round.
Just like with her,
And-
Arthur.
Darla wants to
And
watch.
he undresses and dresses in front of you. He has nothing suspicious on him. And as he looks at you, he mutters, "I had to take everything metal off me." So, what is this? Is this like a mystery-solving club?
We got attacked by a dinosaur yesterday, so it's been a little hectic.
So we're like the dinosaur club.
You're
Yeah.
not the first out of time person we've met. Well, you're the first person, but not the first this week of what we've seen.
It was a gigantic dinosaur, and Drake here decided to take it head on at first, and it was massive with gigantic claws, and it was making an eye for us. Fortunately, we all got alive. Away for it, mostly.
Wow, I kind of wish I'd known you when I was being bullied at school.
Well, you kind of do. Just not you, but other you. I don't know, this timeline stuff is confusing. Nico, you can handle it.
Yeah. So, you know them? How do you know them in your timeline?
Well,
Apparently I don't exist, but...
well, not that I ever met you, but
Oh, no, no
Drake-
feelings hurt. I mean, a little bit, but that's
Yeah.
not the point. But how
well,
do you know Drake or Nico?
well, Drake. I mean, I saw you across class and cafeteria a couple of times. But I mean, spheres never meeting, and Nico arrived to town, like I said, a couple of years from now. But again, we never really met. Again, a far similar interest. But and Darla, I mean, you can see, Darla was always there for me.
How did you know we have similar interests if we've never met?
I saw you over enough computers to know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Why are
you
you
didn't
only
talk to me?
referencing... Yeah.
yeah, Darla in past tense. What's that about?
Oh well, people.
Darla was.
did
People
you get
move apart.
married? Oh,
No. I. Why? Why?
because when you stand next to her, you get all sweaty and gross.
You shouldn't
That's a
say
thing that I think humans do when they feel a sense of attraction, but they also feel a sense of nervous in nature.
Particularly subtle when I was younger.
It seems like that translated to now. You punched a kid.
Yeah. Look, I
Are you happy?
with this situation, not
No,
particularly.
just
No,
in general. Are you happy now that you're older?
I don't know if happy people make time machines.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm good at what I do. That's okay.
We should try to make sure that Artie ends up happy then. There's still a chance at least.
I would like that.
I'm confused. When you reference any of them, you only seem to draw upon high school experiences. Do you not connect with them any after you graduated? You're not friends with them or work with them or see them in a coffee shop or something like that? You've only referenced things that... Well, I mean, no offense, but you're old.
Old.
So, yeah. Do you not know what they're like old?
People grow apart, and life, working for the loop, is one of secrets. And it can be very lonely.
Are you a liar?
keep telling you, asking liars if they're liars is they're just gonna lie. So
I'll be honest to you, Nico. I don't have anyone to lie to.
Anymore?
Nico.
If you're asking if I'm going to tell you the truth, if I can keep you safe in this very dangerous and potentially unstable situation, that will be my priority, I promise.
Yeah, I can tell he works for the loop. Let's go.
We're just gonna take him to the Hawk Cave? Wait, is it
Yeah.
Hawk Cave or Hawk Cave again?
Hawk Cave.
Hawk.
Ha.
hot cave.
Hawk. Did
If
you
he
name
messes
it
up,
that?
I'll just tase him and put him in water.
Oh, what?
In
You
that
have a
order. I don't want to
taser?
kill him.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a taser attached to like a fist gauntlet. So like you stab them with the gauntlet and then you press a button attached to a battery on the back and then it sends a non-lethal voltage into their bodies, but it's enough to stun and debilitate.
It's like a power glove.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe we don't have very similar interests, at least in this world.
listen,
Why work for
don't
the loop in
discount
your
any of
world?
us. Oh, that's a good question. Does he?
Make a comprehend check for me.
Oh, hell.
You need 3 successes. I feel I'm slightly playing my hand in asking you to do this, but
I hate this.
You got some blesses.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
no
you got that
way.
curse too.
Dare you laugh at me?
Come on, do that reroll with that curse.
Okay, sure.
Use the luck.
There's
One.
that curse.
Now
That's,
use,
why would you do that? Why would you do that?
he looks at you and, as far as you can tell, very honestly says, I knew you at school. That's all, Nico.
God, I'm so pissed. Like, not even. God, Nico's like, you're a liar. Did I work with you? Psh, I knew you at school, kid. I hate adults. Adults suck. They're the worst.
They do.
Can't trust anyone. I pick up the hammer.
That's my father's. Put it down.
Fine.
As you make your way towards the Hawk Cave, Darla and Artie, what are you doing?
Walking him home at his pace, allowing him to stop and just to breathe for moments that he needs, as well as taking her sandwich and giving it to him after he finishes one, and then grabbing like his water bottle and really being very nurturing over him at this time, because she knows that he's completely overwhelmed and he is her rock. So seeing this is very worrisome to her.
Your walk back is mostly in silence. You arrive at his house after a long walk, and as he just stops and looks at his house, do you think I just stay in Eden Falls? Like, I don't move? Or...
I don't know, you don't really seem like you're gonna stay here. You've got a brighter future than that.
I always wanted to visit Canada.
I could see you up there.
Yeah.
I've never seen it myself, but I feel like it screams Artie. Artie in
His
Canada.
hand just immediately reaches out and just holds yours, and almost all of the blood from your hand just like rushes out. It is, his grip is so tight, and he just,
Are you okay?
I don't think, yeah, I don't think this is, do other kids deal with this kind of stuff?
No, this answer.
first everything back in March, and now, this here, it just seems, I really appreciate you as a friend.
Yeah, obviously, I know that. I would never question it.
Yeah, okay,
Artie, you should really rest.
yeah,
I don't think you know what you're saying.
Yeah. Say hi to the others, and say sorry for dipping out, but,
No, I don't even think you have to apologize. Don't worry, they all understand. Is there... She pauses for a moment and looks down at Artie's hand, kind of gripping hers a lot tighter than she is back. More so because I think she's losing feeling.
a little bit.
And then she looks back up at him. Is there anything you want me to ask, Arthur?
No, just, do what you all do best.
Well, what I do best is not for everybody, and you know that. But I will
more
do...
than you know.
What?
I said more than you know.
What do you mean?
You do more for... it's fine. I'll go sleep.
Okay. You...
Oh.
Oh, God, there's not a way to contact me, is there?
It's okay. I'll see you at school tomorrow. It's fine.
I will come to your door tomorrow and walk you to school. And if I am not there, I don't know. But I will be there.
I'll keep my window open.
No, I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna be a civilized human being of Eden Falls and come and knock on Artie King's door to walk him to school to make sure he gets there safely so he can continue his perfect school attendance record.
I mean, the civilized thing doesn't sound very on brand, but okay.
No, to be fair, none of this really does, but why not, if it helps you.
He squeezes your hand once more and lets go. It does.
She feels the coolness hit her hand as the air. It's there and it's like, ooh, it's actually colder out here than I thought.
He just nods at you and gives a wave and heads over to his front door and, looking back one last time, just closes the door behind him.
Okay. She kind of doing this with her hands to get equal blood flow to both of them, then puts them in her jacket, and she doesn't know where this hot cave is. Sorry, it's not hawk for her, it is hot cave. So
I will say you, if you wanted to, you did hear Nico reference a water tower, and there is
okay.
only one.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she would go in that.
We talked about that
general.
his hot cave was close to where he lived a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, further east, and then okay, she would go in that direction, and who knows, maybe find y'all.
So, is there anything that the rest of you are doing on your walk towards Nico's hidden hideout?
Yeah, I want to check in on Amelia and tell her that I'm glad that she's okay.
Well, it's really thanks to you. Goodness. Look at why would you even choose to get in front of us? Have you encountered dinosaurs? That's a dumb question. I shouldn't have started that one. But seriously, thank you.
I'm just glad nothing happened. When I dove in the water and then woke up on Nico's couch, I had no idea what happened to anybody. So I was terrified.
Sorry for leaving you, but we didn't really know where else to take you, and
It's
it
fine.
didn't
I
seem
woke
so
up
bad
at
to
like
go to a hospital.
1 a.m. So
Still, sorry. Guess we could have left a note or something, so that way you wouldn't have just woken up.
I appreciate it though. Thanks.
um,
I nudge Arthur. Are they flirting?
Nico, you see Arthur just
Quiet,
look
are you?
between these two high schoolers in front of him and the high schooler next to him who is asking this question. And yeah, probably. I don't know, man.
You're like 40.
I think he's like 56.
You don't know when people are...
Jesus
You
Christ.
still don't know when you still don't know when people are flirting?
rude.
I don't know if you've caught on to this, but as you aptly observed earlier, I was never particularly good in that department.
Yeah, but like 20 years.
Look, my game has not improved in that time.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. I work in the loop. I'm a scientist, Nico.
Look, scientists got game.
Okay. You should meet my team.
Are they ugly?
No, just
Then yeah. That's what I'm saying.
awkward as all hell. No, I'm...
Oh.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, you meant they're all like
Yeah.
awkward. Do you have like
Mm.
seminars where you like talk to each other?
Oh, all the time. I'm, believe it or not, the most charismatic of the bunch.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know. And he sort of looking at you just sort of gives a little bit of a nudge and so why did you move to Eden Falls then?
My mom got a job at the Loop. What?
No, just that was the same reason you moved in the first place. Where I'm from. When I'm from.
Well, if it's that the stuff that happened with Darla and Short already didn't happen to you in the same way, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a little different. Well, then it's probably a good likelihood that someone died or disappeared sooner in this timeline than they did in yours, which caused an acceleration of my mom's employment in Eden Falls, and then led to an accelerated experience of us being here, which is probably part of the catalyst as to why you are stuck here as well. And we saw a dinosaur, and there were other disruptions that are happening related to the loop. Also,
So-
if you made your box, there's a possibility that, oh god, someone in our future made our box, and it wasn't you.
Yeah.
You really don't think? Yeah, they're probably flirting. Look at them. They're like giggling a lot.
Transitions.
And I
Yeah,
asked
there's
Drake if
a-
he liked anybody. He's like, anyways. Like, what does that mean?
Oh,
It's
telltale
deflection.
sign. Yeah, no, you're right. I see it now. Yeah.
You did
I
that
think-
when I asked if you would ever lie to me. Weirdo. My
Hey.
mom did that. My mom did that to me yesterday. And you know what happened? I almost got caught by ARPA. Because my mom's a liar. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm exploding a lot on you right now.
Hey, no,
Everyone else just paired up, and then I have like what? I have a notepad. You can't talk to that. If you talk to notepads too much, they put you in not jock straps. What's the thingy that they put people?
Straight
jackets.
jackets.
That one.
Yeah. Thanks, Drake.
Sorry, didn't mean to eavesdrop.
No,
Yeah, you
no,
did.
it's
Freaking cool guy, flirts with girls, jumps off cliffs, gets credit. I'm sorry. Anyways, wow, what a beautiful day at Eden Falls. And then he goes just.
Is Nico
So,
okay?
so Amelia, right? It was Amelia.
Like
Yes.
Earhart. Oh, that's awkward.
Why?
I'm sorry, I don't know any other Amelias.
Yes, Amelia. And apparently, I'm not in your timeline, so wild card.
Well, no, I'm trying to. I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can in my questioning, but it is important for us to know as much about one another as possible. But so why? When did you move to town?
Oh, around the same time as Nico. We actually joined around the same time, and we started our classes together, which is why he was my first friend here at Eden Falls. Who
Okay.
apparently is awkward and doesn't recognize social cues.
Yes?
Seems to be a theme.
Oh, I have your notebook, by the way. She'll mention to Drake.
Oh, you have it?
I left it back at the house. I should have brought it. It's up in my room. I'll get it next time.
Okay,
Sorry.
Thanks.
But I didn't want to leave it out in the woods, after the whole dinosaur fiasco.
Well, even if it doesn't happen in your time, Amelia is our friend. This is our friend, Amelia. She's all of our friend, but especially my friend.
Okay.
Emphasizing friend like that.
That's
Last
because
time I
that's what you
emphasized
did.
friend,
That's
you
what you
said
did.
you made me look so weird in front of your mom. Friend.
What? No, you said you did that.
Because you did it too. I was mimicking
No,
and you made it awkward.
I'm sorry. I'm awkward.
Right now your mom thinks things.
No, she doesn't. Well, she's a liar. It doesn't matter.
Why do you keep
Arthur
saying
leans
she's a liar?
in to you, Drake, and just goes, "Are they flirting?"
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. You always seem cool at
No.
school. By the
I mean, I'm just trying to do what I can do to get through.
Drake's got a 401k. Drake's a grown ass.
He got held back 10 years. He's doing it.
401k at 17. He's got like 3 investments. Drake's got invested. Like Drake's got stock in Apple. Doesn't know what's gonna happen with it, but like,
Got a hunch.
yeah.
It's apricot in this
So-
timeline.
Apricot.
So as you walk forward, eventually the water tower comes into view, and Nico, as you guide them towards this elevated metal structure, what does the hideout of Nico Markov look like?
So this water tower has a ladder that is actually like usually hidden to the side in like brush and otherwise, and is like one of those extendable ladders so that when he like climbs up he could pull it in. The outside is worn down and not so much decrepit, but like it's clear that there is brush and vine and greenery that is like kind of engulfing it. But climbing inside, you see lights wired around. On the top of the water tower, he's like kind of makeshifted a little bit of like some solar panels, and they're not good ones, but they're just enough to really get the lights working, and it had drilled holes to get a little bit of like the wiring in. It's got kind of like an orange glow to it. There's what looks to be like kind of a conspiracy theory wall, but it's about like circuitry. There's a few books on engineering. There is a small target board on the edge, and on the table you can see like basically kind of like one of those like power gauntlets, but it is mainly like a leather glove. There's some padding in the front, and you can see 2 prongs on it. There is kind of a messy situation of papers and pens and little circuit boards and things that you probably don't want to step on. And there's also a little bed mat in the corner. And on the roof is just a red hawk with like black edged feathers. Yeah.
And as you all climb into this space, Arthur especially is looking around, and he sees the power gauntlet and sort of like prods it a little bit with his finger and just, weren't kidding.
No. I am a passionate nerd. Welcome to the Hawk Cave.
You did all this by yourself?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Thanks.
It's a bit messy though, and you can see her trying to shuffle some of the papers or
Sorry, I didn't expect company. I don't have like a holding cell yet, but like I'm working on it.
You don't need to hold. I'll stay here.
I didn't say I need it for you. I was just saying, like, because like.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
What?
Everyday
Yeah,
casual
guys.
holding cell.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Heroes don't kill people; they just subdue them.
I don't think we were talking about killing anyone either. There's more than just those options.
What are the
Darla
other
walks
options?
in. What are we talking about? Killing somebody?
Apparently.
What?
Why?
No, it's just.
Well, first we need a holding cell. I don't know where we're going to get some metal bars or something.
Oh,
that's
holding cells aren't
probably
bad.
easy.
Then you can question people properly.
I don't like agreeing with Darla, but I
Why
do.
are we agreeing?
I mean, you two are pretty compatible.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Just saying.
We are as compatible as Arthur. So,
Hawk Cave. Does this mean that we get to have like secret names or something?
I already have names for all of you.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
Really? What is mine? It better be good,
Knowledge.
not something. What?
Knowledge.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Drake is brick and mortar.
I'm a mom and pop shop.
I guess you represent both parents.
I was thinking more like brick and mortar is the foundation of a lot of things, and it's strong, unbreakable, and even if it shatters, it comes back stronger than it was.
Okay, I like that.
Anyway, what are we doing here? And she's looking around at all of your technology. There's a lot of stuff we probably could do.
Arthur, how do you think you're getting home? Are you gonna die here?
Oh, you can't go through the portal. I tried, and it kind of repels you, like a weird, like magnetism sort of thing. Like, so as you get close, you can't get in it, and you also can't look at it directly head on for whatever reason. I promise it's a real thing. None of Lana is the only one who's actually seen it with me.
Would our
Oh,
parents
so you're-
put you in a cage if they knew you were here?
Oh.
Honestly, I have no idea. But you said
Wait.
things are coming out of the portals.
Yes, a velociraptor was the last one that we know of at this point. And technically, since I found them, I don't think there's a way to close them. And you came through one, and it's still there. So technically, something else could come through from that rip that you made. So way to go on that one.
Hey, Arthur, I have a question. How's Lana in the future?
Oh, yes.
No reason.
Oh,
Just curious.
I honestly, I have no idea. As soon as she finished high school, she was off. Probably in LA. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's so
that
long.
sounds about right.
Well, I'm happy to lay low. If you, I don't know, do you have a way of contacting one another? I could maybe have a walkie-talkie or something. I don't know.
I have one, but the other belongs to. Do you know Mr. Jenkins? Do you remember him?
Yeah, no, I remember I got him fired.
Oh, so that's true in both timelines. Cool, cute. That's funny. Good job, Artie.
Probably do smoke signals.
Do you have anything like that in
Yeah.
your Nico?
I mean, we could use radios.
If you have enough.
I can make more if I have to.
Okay.
Okay, well, I will make myself at home here, and he tries to sit in a variety of places before eventually just, like, piling a number of papers together and just sitting on them, and, I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Oh, we'll bring you food if that'll help. Are you allergic to anything?
No, I'm good. Just, maybe instead of,
Oh, you're a weird
sandwiches.
Artie's allergic to everything.
Wait.
I take a lot of medicines.
Oh.
No, that part checks out at least. Why did we come to the Hawk Cave even before Arthur if we're just leaving? What are we doing?
Well, we needed a place for him to be that wasn't gonna get
Well,
him
before
caught.
then, we were headed here to talk about everything, information.
Yeah, we were gonna discuss
Look
the
at
fact
the radio that Artie gave you. She looks at your backpack.
What, did you go retrieve it or something?
that. Yeah.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah, and she
didn't
lifts her
tell me
hair back,
that.
and like there's a big old bandage from earlier today. This is from this morning. Me and Artie, got the radio. He had to make the signal shorter, so it's not gonna be as much stuff that we can hear inside of the loop, but it should still work-ish. And Ed, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember what you said.
No, that's all correct, yeah.
Yeah, so
So we can set it up here, just with a little bit less luck.
yeah, like it'll
Think so.
work-ish.
We could actually probably even leave it to Arthur a little bit while we had to do anything related to school.
That's true. You can actually work.
Yay. Good. Okay. Yeah.
It's
no,
not
I
like
can.
this is a vacation.
Sure. Yeah, I can be the guy in the chair. That's cool.
Be
Also,
a
I
little
don't think
more.
we can trust my mom.
Oh. You said that.
I
Why
mean, I
did you
already
call
did
her
it.
a liar earlier?
Darla, sometimes inside thoughts can stay inside thoughts.
That's okay. I prefer not.
It's not always about what you prefer. After I told my
The
mom what
same can be
happened,
said.
and then Nico kind of just stares at Darla. Darla, do you have something to say?
I say what I want to say.
Yeah, but it's never positive or kind, and usually not helpful. Do you intentionally say things to hurt people?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just how I am. Don't take it to heart.
I don't think I'd ever listen to anything you say if you would never listen to me.
I am
It's
listening
just
to you.
who
I was
I
agreeing
am.
with you.
I can talk about my mom. You can't. That's my rule.
Okay.
After I told my mom about what happened, she promised she wouldn't tell anyone.
Right.
She lied.
How do you
She
know?
told Arthur immediately. I know because I went back that night to go listen to the signal. And when I did, they were there. And I almost got caught. And that was how I saw a mighty sparrow, the science teacher's husband. And he was telling her that she needed to keep an eye on us. A really close eye. Because they didn't trust what we were going to do. And when I was listening to the radio, someone on the radio spoke to me specifically. They said, "Nico Markov, I know you're listening. Don't."
Did you recognize the voice?
I didn't.
Well, we're not going to stop, though, right?
No,
No.
I'm not.
I guess that means we can't go to your mom anymore.
No. We can
Sorry,
lie to
Nick.
her if we need to get them off our trail.
Do you really want to do that?
I don't, but
Nico,
I don't think it
you're as
matters
easy to
anymore.
read as any word on a page. You're not a good liar, and you don't want to be.
I'm not a good liar because I don't lie to you.
Well, if it helps, I'll lie to your mom for you.
Sure, she'd believe anything you say.
Okay, don't say it like that.
It's not. No, it's because you're smart.
She doesn't know my grades. Also, apparently,
Aye,
you're
she
not going
might.
to be your grade.
I know all of your
Wait,
grades.
what? How do
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
How am I doing in English?
Really good.
I should. I know more about that stupid book than she does. Her analysis is so shallow and poor. I don't think she's even read it.
Arthur, can you fix this radio quick and listen to the loop? I'm shy.
Yeah, no, sure. And Drake, from across the hideout, as Nico and Amelia have been talking, you notice that Arthur, throughout the entire exchange, though he tries to hide it, based on what you saw earlier, continues to just stare as surreptitiously as he can in Darla's direction. Before, I can do that. And he sits down in front of the radio and starts. Looks simple enough. I'll have it up and running by the time you're back.
Can I do a comprehend check?
You can, absolutely.
Could I also try to
Or
comprehend
actually,
catching this?
empathize. Empathize works
Empathize,
better.
yeah. Absolutely.
And I have better
And-
stats on empathize.
Depending on how successful you are, will depend.
You have blesses and 2 5s.
Okay, I'll do how many? Two blesses? So I get 2 success.
With 2 successes, I will say, as you watch this man stand and head over to the radio, you see that behind his eyes, though he tries to hide it, there is a tremendous sadness whenever Darla comes into view. And I will also say, with 2 successes, there is also a sense of familiarity whenever Nico talks to him.
Okay. If no one's around Arthur, I'll approach him.
Yeah, sure. He's just hunched over this radio and working at it.
Okay. Hey, I know we had a rough start, but I've been watching you and I know that look when
What
you
look?
look at Darla. Is there anything you want to say, talk about? I know you're like almost twice as old as my dad, but I can relate if you need to talk.
You know, at school, there were a couple of rumors that flew around about you. I never knew if I could believe them, but... I'm okay, Drake. I'm fine.
Okay, well, just be careful.
It's never fun losing someone, that's all.
No? But if there's something you can do, don't wait too long.
That's the hope. This radio should be up and running. I can monitor it from here. Not a problem. It's a good job. Really good. Good programming.
Yeah. Good job, Nico.
Thanks.
No worries. Well, if you have sex, that'll sustain you for now.
Yeah,
He
here's
just sits down.
a protein bar.
Oh, cheers. He just sits down and takes out one of the copious pieces around and sets it down next to him and just starts listening to the radio. tuning it every so often.
Darla would dig in her bag and walk up and hand him a water bottle that she carries on her. You have to return that, though. You can't keep it.
Yeah, no, yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. She steps back. What are Amelia and Nico doing right now?
I'd probably be going through all of your stuff. What does this do? Why did you put it over here? Wouldn't it be better over there?
Potentially.
Being
I
a
was worried
busybody.
that it would, get a little funky if it was too close to the magnet. So if you actually attach this to someone's landline somewhere, it will allow you to listen if you connect the cord a little bit further.
Oh, have you actually listened to our neighbor, that elderly couple? I swear, there's something very weird about that old woman.
Yeah, they're very progressive.
Mhm. What do you mean?
They
Did you tap into this?
She's got a lot of swimsuits. They don't go to the beach. I don't know.
What?
They have a very healthy love for each other.
And you know this not from listening in?
No, I know it from listening in.
Oh.
While this conversation is going on, seeing Amelia and Nico just talking to one another and kind of avoiding Nico right now, she would approach Drake and, hey, do you ever go to the country club to play sports? No reason. Actually, I have a big reason, but I need an answer first.
I haven't been there in a while, but I used to.
But you're not banned, right?
Not that I know of.
Sick. That's what I needed. Cool. Do you want to go with me to the country club? I need to talk to John, and I don't know where else he would be, but him and his aunt were found there, and maybe he's there. We need to figure out why he's back in town.
Yeah.
And I know having an entire group try to sneak around is not bright. Did that last time. One of my friends got kidnapped. That wasn't a good time, so I don't want that to happen again. So instead, I just am with you. Well, you're by yourself.
Yeah, we can go. I should probably talk to John too.
Okay. Yeah.
When do you want to? Tonight?
Right now, while it's still daylight. And she's gonna turn around to Nico and Amelia and just, I don't know what y'all are wanting to do, but we're gonna go try to find John Logan at the country club.
Who's him?
And this guy.
He's a little prick. But
Oh.
He's a tiny. Oh.
no, he's a jerk. Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
But his
No, he's not
dad
tiny.
used to basically run this town.
Oh, yes, his dad's Robert Logan, the one that's in jail for everything that happened. So, Drake is gonna be the way in. Because I cannot just walk in.
me,
That
your
sounds
master key.
brilliant. You get to be our face, brick and mortar. No, it doesn't roll off the tongue. I think we should vote for a different name.
Rhino.
Oh.
That's a cool name.
You have a strong hide. I don't want to say anything about a horn, but you're fast and powerful. Oh.
Like it.
You could try it on for a little while. If you don't like it, you can tell us to change it and we'll change it.
Yeah. And put on the horn for a bit, and then if it doesn't fit, then I'll just change it.
Good.
Exactly.
Man.
I mean, Nico's already changed the name of this cave multiple times, so from hot to hawk, when you find something doesn't work, you're allowed to change it.
Nico, do you have a radio that we could sync up with mine, or walkie-talkie, so we can be on the same
So he's like shuffling.
channel and communicate.
Yeah. Nope. I think this one will work.
Okay, here, let me take mine out. And she's taking it out and moving the... I can't think of the name. The knob on top. Until it matches with whatever channel they find themselves on.
Oh,
Cool.
while we're out, I also need a map. I would like a map. One I can draw on. Nico, you wouldn't happen to
Don't
have
ask
one
why I
here?
have this.
Dang, okay.
It's probably marked with locations as to where the power transformers are in the city.
Okay. Mind if I color code those so that way I don't confuse it with what I'm going to draw on here?
Oh, you can have it. This is my spare.
Perfect. Thank you. And does this have to be on the table here? Can I move it? Thanks.
You can
And
move
she'll begin to move it anyway.
it. There's a moment where Nico is standing next to Drake, and like under his breath, he's like, "Maybe it is the hot cave."
Maybe it is.
My.
I'm gonna slap the map on the table. Let's see, where is it? First, over by the caves by the water. Where is that? And she'll mark a little kind of X marks the spot over there. And then the playground. Where is that? Where is that there?
I don't know. I'm an adult.
Well, if y'all want to let us know if you hear anything on the radio, or maybe even check out the falls. I'm losing daylight. I need to get there before it closes.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
I don't
true.
know how
I'll
long
do
they're gonna
this
be in
later.
town.
2 spots on the map that I know of portals. Those are there. Noted on this. Don't go there without us, though, because if you get to slip through, I want to be able to watch it.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Also, above table, Gabe, did you tell them about the Logans wanting to use the school on that Sunday?
Nope.
Okay.
We don't need to know that.
Kind of do, but I guess not.
This is the kind of thing that I think he would mention. It'd be like he would ask the guy directly about that. Because there's a Logan guy in jail, right? That's who we're going to go see.
Oh.
That's the kind of thing that Nico would be like, so what is going on with like your family wanting to use like that's and everyone's gonna be like, what the hell?
Go down to the jail, dude. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Split the party with it. I would love to see that. Anyway, all right. Well, we have walkie-talkies and cattails. So, Drake, are you ready to go?
Got this from a lake.
Yeah.
Let us know if y'all leave.
Let's do this then, I guess.
Good luck.
Arthur.
Arthur
Wait, who's
just
going?
nods.
Who's not?
Wait, am I going? Am I supposed to go?
We're splitting the party because we don't want to leave Arthur alone with all of your stuff and very important information. But
Nico
this
might
way
stay
we
with Amelia
can
then
cover
to,
more
like,
ground.
Figure out just where stuff is and what he knows and any of his tools that would be useful for that if we're like working with Amelia. So then Nico would pass on that the Logans want the school closed and held secret for, and he's like, oh, also, someone might have looked into the school's emails and then found a correspondence about the Logans wanting to close the school for specific unexplained purposes around Halloween. And then he'll just go into the detail and elaborate on that more.
Even more reason to go.
But that's wild. I don't know who found that, but it must be really cool and like a raven or something. Whoa.
Must be.
And so,
Okay,
with this information, as Darla and Drake, you make your way out of the Hawk Cave, leaving Nico, Arthur, and Amelia. We are going to take a break there, and we'll be back very shortly. So, as the group parts ways, we will start with Darla and Drake. The country club is around an hour's walk from where you are now, so you have plenty of time to talk about anything, make any plans before you arrive. The time is yours as you walk across wide open fields of long grass. To your left, the town of Eden Falls, and to the right, the almost impenetrable tree line of Eden Forest.
Cool. Initially walking out of the Hawk Cave and walking to, or toward at least, this country club, she would lay out her plan. It's like, okay, so you're gonna go up to the door and they're gonna like let you in and maybe you can distract them for a little bit. It worked last time. And I can sneak in behind you as long as nobody's around outside. But if somebody is around outside, I know if you go down the right hallway, like toward the right wing, there's these 3 windows, and if you open one of them, I could maybe climb into one of those. But you're gonna have to be a distraction. Just be like, oh, I'm on my way to play a game. I don't know, what sport do you play?
I played volleyball. So.
Oh, they have that there. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can probably try to get someone to do a pickup 2-on-2 or something.
I don't know what that means.
Sure.
But yes, you can do exactly that. And then, oh, we're so dumb. We only brought 1 walkie-talkie. Here, you take it. And she like pulls it out of her bag and like shoves it at you. And that way, I don't need to speak and or potentially have somebody come through and be heard. Right?
Good call.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Why do you want to see John anyway?
Well, he kind of owes us. And she's referencing to her last
definitely.
group. There is a lot last year. So, but I'm curious why he's back. And his aunt is back, who hasn't been here in like 5 years. So that's interesting too. And why are they shutting down the school?
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Especially, it seems like for only 1 day.
Yeah, it's an odd day to choose. But anyway, she just like shoves her hands in her pockets and awkwardly starts walking a little like step ahead of you. Faster leg movement because yours are longer than hers.
How's Artie doing?
I don't know. But he's home. And she's not looking back at you. She's just kind of like kicking rocks as she's walking.
It's none of my business, clearly, but if you get the chance, you should probably talk to Arthur.
Why?
I think you can get more out of him than any of us could with your connection to Artie.
I don't know him. He's not Artie. He's just somebody else that looks like him.
Still, he probably has some secrets that we need to get info on, and I have a feeling he's more likely to open up to you than to, definitely to me, definitely not to.
Why did he say something to you? Why are you
Knowledge.
thinking like this, Drake?
I don't know. It's someone recently told me to try to open up more, so
Yeah, that's not advice I'd follow.
it's advice I didn't follow for a long time, and it didn't really do me any well, so trying something new. And I'm also curious about the time machine and everything else that's going on, because if more dinosaurs start popping up, I don't know if I can do another head trauma.
You know, I think you could. Last year.
I mean, I probably could, but
you
too many head
remember Chloe,
traumas,
right?
and you're gonna
Chloe had
be
a few
stuck in a
head
wheelchair or
traumas in
something.
1 week. She did fine. Much smaller than you were. You'd be excellent at head trauma. We're almost there, I think.
And as you say this, a white sign comes into view with the words Logan Country Club standing in large cursive font, as behind rows of expensive-looking electric cars, you see a beautiful white building, surrounded by golfing greens and tennis courts, and in the centre of additional outhouses, you see a large glass structure that houses the club's giant swimming pool. Surrounding the building is a large veranda on which stand tables bearing silver cutlery and fresh glasses and vases full of flowers, and you see every so often members of staff, very well dressed in waistcoats, coming out to occasionally clear up after guests and lay out new tables for incoming eaters and guests. But yeah, it is a quiet day, all in all. You can see a little bit of movement on the tennis courts and a couple of sort of fairly well-to-do people out on the golfing green, but yeah, it's quiet.
Okay.
Right.
And
So go in, cause a distraction, open the window, and then just wait till I hear from you.
well, when you put it like that, I realize we didn't figure that part out. I'll come find you, or are you just gonna be at the volleyball? Like, you're gonna actually play, or like pretend, or
I
play?
might-
I don't know.
Just swim or something. I don't know. Because I don't have a ball with me, so that might be a little weird to go in there and be like, let's play volleyball without a ball. Or
Do rich people not
volleyball
have
clothes.
extras?
they probably do, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes when I go in there. Either way, either the volleyball court or the swim.
I will
Cool.
check both. If you need me, don't need me.
Don't
'Cause
need
I
you.
don't want to get caught. I will
Okay.
need you.
I won't
Deal?
need you then.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then she's digging into her side satchel, just flipping it up and pulling out way at the bottom. It's kind of crinkled, this baseball hat that last year she was convinced to wear as a disguise to get into here. And she just like puts it on and over the fluff of her hair and tries to secure it to her head. And she's like, okay, this worked last time. It's going to definitely work this time.
Yeah. Really, where's Darla? I don't see her anymore.
You're funny, Drake. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go
I'll
in.
run back.
I'll try to make some noise so you know when they come in.
Don't get in trouble, though.
I won't. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'll walk in. Do I recognize the workers at the front desk or anything?
I would say there are a couple of familiar faces, perhaps not by name, but you see behind the desk a fairly young-looking woman with sort of tied-back black hair and a beaming smile as she looks up towards you and, "Hi, how can I help?"
Hi, I'm Drake Lee. I haven't been here in a while, but I was hoping to use the facilities for some exercise today.
Of course, were you looking to renew your membership today? I don't have any... Oh, here you are, yes. No, it has been a while. Yes, of course. I mean, if you want to just get right to it, we can do the whole boring paperwork thing after you've used the facilities, and you can just come to the front desk afterwards, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Lovely.
You look
well,
lovely today, by the way. I remember you, but it's been a long time. What was your name again?
Tiffany. Tiffany is
Tiffany?
my name.
Oh, nice.
Hi. Well, Mr. Lee, you, feel free to make yourself at home.
Thank you.
I'll be here if you need anything.
All right, I might come back around soon then. All right, goodbye.
Bye, I hope so. And she goes back to writing in her book. And can both you and Darla make either investigate or comprehend, whichever you would rather?
Not the same.
Sure. Oh, am I done with my injured?
Ooh, I finally got a success.
I've hung out with a lot of arties.
You are, yes.
One RD gives you a boon, the other one gives you a curse.
Well,
There's
They negate
balance.
themselves.
there is always balance. Except for now.
So I would say, as Darla, you are stood outside just observing.
Sorry, I'm
space.
Alrad right now.
Oh, okay, Alrad. So as Alrad, you look on, and you just watch as Drake disappears into the country club. Drake, as you make your way through the mahogany floors and the shining bright windows, and you see off to your left there is the bar area, where there is a collection of wicker furniture, and you can see a very, very well-stocked bar behind which stand two servers. You see that further on down, there is a corridor that stretches towards the west wing of the country club. And as you walk, you see that leaning against a wall, a figure that is familiar to you. A handsome boy, around your age, if not a year older, with perfectly parted brown hair and a fairly striking jawline and tanned skin. But far from the confident figure you saw when you last saw John Logan, captain of the football team at Jenkins High. Even within the fashionable and expensive suit he now wears, he appears to have shrunken into himself. He stands and he waits, and he just seems to rock on his heels a little bit as he does so. And he's on his own.
Damn. Is the window anywhere near?
There
Why
are
that you wanted?
windows. There are windows across this. It is a very, very well lit space, purely on account of the sunlight that streams through. You have plenty of options. But in terms of the ones that she was pointing out, you would need to probably get 2 successes, I would say, in order to
Okay.
sneak in.
Let's see. I'll try this first. I'll do a move, I guess, to try to get to the window,
Okay. Yeah.
to open it, and then if this doesn't work, I have another plan.
So I'll say 2 successes you need.
2 successes.
You move over to the window, and you unlatch it as it silently opens.
Oh.
No one has noticed you.
I'll just do that and then leave pretty much immediately without drawing any attention. I'll go to the
You
bar if I can.
Yeah, no, of course. I was just going to say, Alrad, you see this from a
Oh,
distance.
gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to the bar and get a drink of something.
Okay.
Arnold Palmer's are really famous here.
Okay, I'll get an Arnold Palmer.
You do so. And while this is happening, Darla, what are you doing?
Do I hear the slatch? I mean, she knew where she was going, but she may get there.
Make a sneak check for me, please.
Why
In
not?
order to sneak in, I will say you were due to need 3 successes, but due to Drake's 2, you also only need 2.
Oh, easy.
No, it's not easy. Shoot. Because I have a curse still, and I got rid of mine.
That sucks.
Dang it.
So I will say, is it only 1 success you're able to achieve?
Yeah.
So you make your way over to the window. You look around. No one is there. You reach up and you hoist yourself over the windowsill, your hands shifting your weight across over the windowsill as your feet touch down on wooden flooring. And as you look around, and you start to make your way forward. A hand grabs your shoulder. At the Hawk Cave, Nico and Amelia, what
No.
are you doing?
Wait a minute. Okay, I want to know what happened. Dang
Nothing,
it.
actually.
Nothing. Go
Actually,
back.
we're not doing anything.
Probably talking to Arthur about what they've been doing at the loop. See if Arthur has any memory of trying to figure out what the differences are of this present and his past. I think would actually be really helpful.
So, I'll just give you all the information that he would probably tell you. So, essentially, he tells you that around 20 years ago in his present, so 2004, he joined the loop. He had lived in Edenfall since leaving Jenkins High, and his technical skills, naturally, it made sense for him to, especially with his military family, he had the connections to study for and join the team working at the loop. Invention and innovation were things that he was naturally inclined towards, even if he fell short in the actual programming of said machinery. The building of it, second nature to him. And he was brought in. He and a larger team. And they built upon the work that the loop had already been developing. And as he said before, there were many avenues they were trying to make inroads towards, but time travel was always the end goal. In many ways, it was the reason the loop had been set up in the first place, and it seems that whatever happened when this machine was switched on, it worked.
Okay.
But as Arthur reaches the end of this story, he looks at the marks on the map that you have made, Amelia, but I don't know. I don't know why it is having a ripple effect on the rest of the town. That I can't explain.
Well, I mean, my guess, and knowing so very little about time, because that's not one of the common book themes I've been reading lately, so that was a mistake on my part. But as you go through, perhaps you ripped a lot of other holes to get here? So maybe a bunch of things are starting to fall through? I don't know. I know of only 2 portals so far. One that you came through, and another that was created by a dinosaur, and it's a guess that I'm making right now, but I feel pretty confident about it that the dinosaur does not have time travel capabilities. So that must also be because of what you've all done.
Arthur, you didn't have there was no record of a black box now in your past, right?
No, like I say, my team and I, we built the battery. That was what made this all possible. It was the only thing that could power.
It's a battery. But why at the loop? Why of all locations?
It was where our labs were. We couldn't let it out. You know, our research is deep underground. I mean, I don't know if it's useful, and he brings out a spare piece of paper, and what there isn't spare, he turns over until there is a blank page, and he goes, I can maybe, and he starts tracing out what look to be very, very rough blueprints, and he goes, I can give you an idea of what is down there, but, yeah, and he, after around 10 minutes, he has written a fairly comprehensive, as comprehensive as he can remember, sort of vague floor plan, and pushes it towards you. But yeah, so that was my lab towards the center.
And that's all
that
just
is
downstairs?
Yeah, and that's where the machine was set up, and I got in it. We turned it on, and then I was punching your friend.
Arthur, where is your black box in your facility?
Well, it was in the lab. And last I had it, it was in my machine.
Oh.
They might be trying to do the same thing here. And if they don't understand it, that could be what's pulling things here.
Like
But
a
they didn't
magnet.
create-
The two of them
Exactly.
drawing each other together. No, that would make sense.
Oh.
Especially so close. Just what? We're somehow, though, 20 years ahead of it? Here?
And they didn't make this one, which means they don't know how to use it. If they've been activating it and trying to harness it, they might pull things here that are even worse.
Is that a dinosaur? So, what? We need to take the black box here?
Nico, you said when you were listening in on the radio that there was someone who was watching you. Who do you think that was? Do you think that was the loop, or?
There was someone who was watching me from my window days ago. And then someone said, "Nico Markov, I know you're listening. Don't."
And you have
could it have been
no
the same
idea.
person? No. We haven't even been here that long. Arthur, did anyone else from your time go missing?
No. I mean, we all got together. All of us in the loop to witness this. Well, what we hoped would be a successful test.
Wait, so do you think you're the only one that got pulled through? Or should we be expecting others as well?
You know, I'd not considered that.
So we could be perhaps on the lookout for others. Were you all wearing hazmat suits? Because that'll at least make you all stand out very easily. Though I imagine it, depending on when you pop up, the loop might keep an eye out for you. Also,
Nico, can you make, while Amelia speaks, can you make a comprehend check for me, please?
I hate this.
I just want to know, is it
No
really...
way.
How? You never roll that good.
No way.
Who are you?
God. Possessed.
Right? So, like, that's a full 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? Hold on.
So-
Keep talking. Keep talking to Becca, because I'm gonna do some messy stuff.
So, yeah.
Is it such a bad thing if our two worlds become more connected? I mean, the information that could be shared, the possibility of opening perhaps more of a consistent portal for more common travel. I mean, is it necessarily a bad thing? Obviously, you were looking to do time travel anyway. You just hopped a little more to the side than you did forward. Or backward, I guess, in this case.
I guess that depends whether we see dinosaurs appearing out of nowhere and attacking kids, silver lining or not.
Right.
And as they're talking,
I need you. We going wild. I'm going to use 4 blesses to turn that 2
Okay.
into another 6, so it's 4 successes.
okay.
And then I had 1 bless left over from yesterday. No, I had 2 left over from yesterday,
This
and I got
man.
an additional 1, and there was 1 for all. So I'm gonna use 4 more. I'm gonna use every bless that I have and have been stockpiling to make that 5 successes. I comprehend space itself. I've never rolled this well. I'm never gonna get a chance like this again.
Cool. I'm going to give you literally anything that you want. I'm going to give you some very specific information, but also ask me 3 questions you desperately want to know the answer to.
Hell yes. Okay, go on. Give me the goods so I know what to ask about.
So I will say, as you are talking, and as Amelia is asking him about the potential possibilities of this, your mind begins to hyperfocus as you think about this voice that was on the other end of the radio. And your eyes drift over to the radio that sits in the corner. And to the slowly ticking red numbers next to it. And you remember that you were able to catch 2 digits of the coordinates before it went blank.
41.
And your eyes pass over towards the map that lies in front of Amelia. And you see that the map is divided into various sections. You have 1-1, and everything within this particular area, and there are coordinates that come after this, but generally 1 is the center of Eden Falls, 2, the suburbia, 3 is the land in which you are currently within, the water tower, 4 are the outskirts of the town, the space between the town and 5, which is Eden Forest, and beyond this is 6. So these 6 concurrent circles, and 6 is where the loop sits. But as your eyes pass over the 4th circle within the map, you look, and you see dotted around a number of structures. It is fairly simple and not very populated at all. The power stations that you had investigated previously, you see that many of these pylons sit within this space about the town. But one lone structure marked upon this map is a large estate. It is an estate that belongs to the Logan family. You may now ask me 3 as specific questions as you would like to comprehend. They don't have to be to do with the map, they can be to do with anything you would like. Your mind is firing on all cylinders now.
Okay. With Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
And his reactions to Nico. And familiarity or comfort. Did Arthur speak about Nico in the same way that his mother speaks about his coworkers, and trying to ascertain if that's something familiar in the way that his mom speaks about people, see if like they work together, even if not at the loop directly, the way they did in the past in that future?
To your question, I will say, you notice that around you, there is a restraint about him, trying to keep himself from being overly familiar. And there is a phrase he said not but seconds ago that sticks in your mind. I was never very good at programming.
Yeah. Okay. God, if I'm his boss, I'm pissed. I'm
So that is
pissed.
1 question. You have 2 more.
Does Arthur speak and look and react to Darla as someone who feels responsible for something that happened to them?
100%.
I'd have probably got Darla killed. That's going in my notes.
Final question.
When we were talking about the black box, we had previously been told or heard that it didn't seem like it was something from this world. Does that sense come from it also being something from the future, or potentially something of extraterrestrial origin?
You definitely get the sense that for however much Arthur is withholding,
Yeah.
he is being totally on the level with you about building the black box. He and his team 100% responsible for it. That is cold hard truth.
Sorry, no, I mean the one that is in our world now.
Oh, your one.
'Cause
So
when we looked at that, it was like it didn't seem like it was from this world, or that might have just been a slip. But like we were under the assumption that it was from aliens or something else. Like, so is it possible this also is from the future, or its origin is different from the one that Arthur has?
I would say that primarily because I don't want to lead you in a potentially wrong direction.
No, that's fine. Yeah. You can just eliminate things. That's fine by me.
Yeah. From the files that you read that belong to your mother, I would say that very specifically, the phrase that keeps coming up, this technology should not exist yet.
Okay. So it is still from the future. We don't know if our Arthur is going to be a part of it in the future. Okay. That leads me to a good question to ask Arthur specifically. Did you leave a calling card of some sort on your black box? Almost like an author's mark.
Well, I can trace the designs if you would like. There's a very, very specific geometric sort of covering of the entire thing that only a handful of us would really know.
Please.
Okay. And he just starts to draw. As in the county club, Darla, a hand falls upon your shoulder.
Oh, I want to stay in the hot cave. Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Now you know how we feel.
Hang on. All right. Cool. Alrad's back. Because this is going to be very split second thought, I need you to let me know, how does this touch feel? Like, does it feel like I am being stopped, or does it feel familiar?
It feels soft.
They're lucky. Okay. This time. She would, feeling this, just put her hands up, like, not turning around. And then slowly try to, like, turn her head, but not her body.
You see standing behind you the familiar form of John Logan. Darla?
Oh, just the guy I want to see.
What are you? And he drags you into a nearby corner. And what are you doing here?
I'm trying to figure out why you're here too. Why are you back in Eden Falls? And she just grabs the hat and, like, stuffs it in her bag. Stupid hat.
I mean, you could use a better Is that? And he looks over your over your shoulder towards the bar area, where you can see Drake just kind of leaning against, sort of drinking a very nice-looking Arnold Palmer, and you are bringing more kids into your Scooby
I don't know him.
mysteries. Oh. It's good to see you.
Yeah, sure. That's cool. Can we screw the pleasantries? What are you doing back?
Okay, cool. Yeah, my aunt, she's my guardian now. She wanted to move back. We
Isn't that
moved
weird?
back.
Why would you move back to the place that your family got dragged through the mud?
Well,
That's a little wild.
I don't exactly have many options in terms of colleges. My dad committed a war crime. think even with my family name, anyone will touch me with a barge pole.
You seem very sad.
It's not great to be back.
Anyway, she doesn't know how to handle that emotion. So, also, question. Why is your family using the school on Sunday?
What do you mean? Sorry.
You always seem to be the one Logan who doesn't know what the hell Logans are up to. Your aunt, Delilah, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard through a raven that she emailed Principal Hughes about needing the school on the 30th, which is Sunday. Closed down, no people in there except for whoever, your aunt and people. What is your family up to, John?
You see him glance down the corridor towards a door that you know once belonged to Robert Logan's office. And he looks towards it and just pulls you round the corner once more. And Drake, I would say, from your vantage point, you see John and Darla move round the corner into an adjoining corridor. And John just brings his voice to even more of a whisper, Darla. Look, I don't know what you think my family is doing, but my aunt is not like my dad, okay? My dad was a piece of shit. He was. My aunt is not up to anything, that I can promise you.
Isn't that strange to you, though? That she's emailing to close down the school. That's weird, John. You know that.
Make a charm or lead, whichever you would rather.
Neither.
You require 2 successes.
I can make 2.
Okay. He looks at you and... Is that why you're here?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other reason for me to be here, right? I didn't know where to find you. I figured I'd try...
Yeah, no, it's cool, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, look, I shouldn't be... And as he says this, Drake, you see down the other corridor, the door to the office open up as 2 individuals begin to walk out. And John also hears this sound and... Okay, my aunt has a meeting tonight.
With who?
That's all I know. I don't know, okay? I don't know.
Who's coming out of the office right now? I'm assuming she hears it and looks where his eyes go.
As Drake, you look down the corridor, and Darla, if you would like to look as well, you see coming out of the office a tall, beautiful woman with short, shoulder-length blonde bob. She wears a burgundy trouser suit, under which sits a snow-white blouse, and gold earrings sit either side of a tanned, freckled face with very dark lipstick, framing and outlining quite a stern expression. And you see, as she backs out of the office, she brings someone else with her. Sat on a wheelchair, there is an old man in a dark brown suit, with pale, liver-spotted skin and thinning white hair, an oxygen tank hooked up next to his chair, and a clear plastic mask that sits over his mouth. Drake, you recognize neither of these figures. And Darla, you do not recognize Delilah outside of having seen her on the news. But the old man in the chair, you recognize as the elderly patriarch of the Logan family, Magnus Logan.
Oh.
Are they coming towards where Darla and John are?
They are, yes.
Oh, crap.
Moving.
Well, I am going to take my drink and stand up. And while I'm like,
That's it. I'm just gonna take my drink and stand up.
just leave.
Good luck, Darla.
I'm out of here. Bye. Good luck.
Hello.
While I'm saying goodbye to the bartender and walking backwards-ish, I am going to bump into Delilah and spill my drink all over her.
Okay, can you make a... I'm gonna say this constitutes as sneak.
Oh, you're a monster. She's wearing a snow white blouse.
Yeah.
Vile.
Look, don't mess with the rhino.
True.
Sneak. Okay. Why is that to be sneak?
Oh,
2 success.
that's good. That's good.
Flawlessly, you turn around and your drink just spills all over her, and she immediately freezes and just looks up at you.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you there. I was just turning around. I'm here. Let me pat that down for you. Grab
No,
that napkin real
no,
quick.
don't.
Soda water plus baking soda will get that right off.
Yes, I am aware. Thank you. I apologize for being short with you. I hope you are enjoying the country club.
I am. Again, I'm truly sorry. I did not mean to do that. I hope it didn't get on.
Please,
your
it
dad
is
and all.
it is fine. It is fine. Bartender, fix him up with another one. Thank you for your concern.
Please, if there's anything I can do, I'll wash your clothes. I'll clean the floors. I just feel horrible. I'm so sorry.
You can move. Thank you. And with that, she steps behind the wheelchair. And as this commotion is happening, John turns back to you, Darla, and
Oh, that's pretty lucky.
all I know is that she has a meeting with someone. I don't know. All I know is that the dining room of our house is going to be busy from 9 o'clock tonight. That's all I know, okay? Look,
Of your house?
yeah.
Oh, dear God. How many bodyguards do you have, John? What's the security like? Tell me the layout.
You can usually get in through the kitchen window. Around the...
Noted.
And he kind of rolls his eyes a little bit at what he's about to say, but in the East Wing.
Okay. I will... Well, hang on. East Wing, if I'm, like, looking at the house, like, going through the door...
As
or
you're
is it the
looking
East
at
Wing
it, the
from-
right hand side of the house.
Yeah, but, like, of me looking at it? Or it
Yes,
looking out?
you looking at it.
Okay, this matters. This is important stuff. I don't want to be led astray and then suddenly, whoops, I'm in a room that I'm not supposed to be in. Well, actually, I'm not supposed to be anywhere near the... Thank you.
Have you heard from Chloe?
Nope. Last I heard, they moved to LA.
Okay, cool.
Have you not? She hasn't called you? I thought y'all were dating.
You should go.
Hit a sore spot, all right. And she just kind of turns and pauses for a second before looking at him and thanks. It's good to see you again. It's good to see that you're still a pretty decent, okay-ish person after everything. Good job.
You too.
You don't have to joke about that part. She walks toward the window that she climbed through. Does she see Drake? Like, do I pass by him?
You see his back as you move past him, and I will also say, Drake, as you are there and sort of making a commotion, can you make a comprehend check for me, please? You only need 1 success for this. Do you have
If you
any
have a
blesses?
bless.
I'll use my bless.
In that case, I will say, as you step to the side and you look from Delilah and apologizing profusely to the both of them, your eyes make their way down to Magnus Logan, who looks up at you with this sour, withered expression. And you see that between almost skeletal, liver-spotted fingers, he appears to be cradling something. A small, very jagged piece of rusted-over metal. And he looks at you and... Let's go. And Delilah, come on, John, we have your grandfather. Let's go. And with that, they head on out. They do not notice you, Darla.
Huh. Question. Can I maybe try to break into the office?
Absolutely, you can.
Troublemaker.
Cool.
Troublemaker.
What
If
would
you
I
can make
roll
a
for that?
successful 3-success tinker.
What am I doing, sir? Tinker?
So,
Oh, the thing I'm not good at. Cool.
Yeah.
Where is that at? Oh, it's at the top. Yes. Well, those are great now ones.
It doesn't look as though you're going to be able to... pick
Could
your
I
way into
argue?
this. Always. You're wanting to be a little bit more blunt about it?
A little more aggressive, you know. I probably don't
make a
stand up
force
from a
check.
fight, even with a fucking door.
Force check. Still 3 successes.
Okay,
While
that's a little
you-
better at least.
While you do that,
Yeah.
and as the door opens, and Drake, you watch as Darla just opens the door.
I want to actually elbow down the doorknob, and that's how I break it open.
Drake, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the bartender and be like, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna head over there. Thanks.
No worries.
Sorry about all that.
It's okay.
Hope it's not too much of a mess that you have to clean up. But
No. Miss Logan is stern, but don't worry. She's not one to hold a grudge.
that's good to hear. Well, thanks. See ya. Then I'll go over there and check around and make sure no one's walking. What the hell are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? Getting information.
You saw John, right?
Here, get in here. And she grabs your arm and pulls you into the office and shuts the door kind of quietly, even though the doorknob is probably hanging off.
And as the door closes behind you, Amelia and Nico, within the hawk's nest, what are you doing?
Amelia's looking at the map and measuring the distance between those two portals that she knows. I wonder if maybe there's a science to it, and that in the distance between those two, maybe we could find a potential radius in which another portal might appear? I don't know. There's got to be more than just the two, though. And if we can make it more predictable, perhaps we can better catch hazmat suits walking out of them?
Well, if we think about where the first one was that we know of,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next one,
Right.
we could probably make a reasonable assumption of a general area of where the third one might be.
Okay, good. So I'm not making it up and just sounding absolutely crazy. So we first start over by the waterfall caves,
Yes.
down in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of estimated, because obviously the map doesn't get too detailed enough for me to pinpoint where in the caves, but I think it's close to that. And then, of course, in the playground, I found the other portal. And so if you've got a ruler, we might be able to...
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And she'll measure it out, trying to estimate somewhere within, perhaps a trajectory and a range in which we might begin to investigate and see if we can find another portal.
Okay, I will say, if you can make a calculate check for me, please.
Okay.
And depending on how many successes you get will inform what Amelia finds.
How many blesses is it going to take to make that a success?
Can I do it and try to
You?
impress a girl?
No, I will.
Yeah,
no, I
of
got
course.
this. I will spend those blesses.
Well,
I've got.
Wait, how many
this.
successes did you need?
Just 2.
This,
All right.
this is
Oh,
just for
then you
me.
need 4.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no,
4 blesses.
two blesses to make 1 success.
to
And
Oh, okay.
I will say,
What happened?
but I will say, as Amelia is calculating and drawing, you see Arthur look at you, Nico, and you okay? You gone quiet.
What's your current status?
Adrift, out of time.
What is your identification number?
My loop pass.
How long have you worked for me? I've always been that smart, right, Arthur? You were never very good at programming.
I didn't want to risk giving you too much information. I don't know what my presence here in the past is doing.
We don't
I
even
don't
know
even-
if this is your past.
I know. If it's any consolation, we have a good working relationship.
Are we friends?
I like to think so. You're always very good to me.
Good enough for me. What'd you find, Amelia?
Well, I think it could be somewhere in this area. If we check that out, it should be good. But as a reminder, since none of you have seen it, you can't look at it heads on. So it will be hard to find. You have to kind of look out of the side, your peripherals of sorts.
Okay. You want to go now, or?
Well, I don't know if you should go. Again,
No. Good point.
we don't. Not that anyone might recognize you. And if they do, they'll probably not believe themselves. But still, we don't need any more rumors, I don't think. Since apparently we're already being watched.
Sorry.
No, it's not. It's just how it is. So we probably should play it safe. And you're probably getting hungry, so we need to get you food anyway, right?
Yeah.
Unless
no,
in your
I'll,
timeline they don't eat food or something like that.
No, we do. I'm a hungry boy. I eat lots of sweets. Yeah, no, I'll stay here. I'll
Just
I'll
keep
man the
listening to-
radio.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Radio.
Okay.
Nico, do you want to
Yeah.
go with me to find this?
Yeah, none of us
Oh.
should be alone.
Well, unless you want more of a... She kind of looks back and forth between the two of you. Question time.
No, he'll be here. Eddie's, Arthur.
Yes, boss.
Nothing you need to put away or anything, right? Everything's... I mean, he's not going anywhere, but...
I mean, to be fair, this is the sort of clutter we have to navigate in the office as well, so I'm used to it.
Oh, you probably need a pillow or blanket, right? Something to sleep on because you'll be staying here?
Would be good. Yes, please.
Right. Okay. We'll grab one of those too. 2 of them, maybe. We'll see.
Thank
All right. Nico, remember, food, pillow, blanket.
Food, pillow, blankets.
Yes.
You
Yes.
got it, boss.
Okay. All right. Right. Do we need to take anything? You've got the radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that should be it. Maybe do we bring something with us if we get attacked?
I go grab the gauntlet.
Right.
As slips it on, there's a little tss at the top.
Okay, I
Okay,
think that's
well-
everything we need then.
Yeah, well, you crazy kids have fun then.
Right. While we're away, keep listening to the radio, that whole thing that you do. If you think of anything else that might be important for us to know, let us, think about it a little bit. Maybe important changes in your timeline as to why things could be different. It might help us predict, or, what else might happen. Yes,
Yeah.
you know. You're an adult.
Actually, it
What
might
am I
be possible that you could create some sort of sensor with what's lying around to like see if there's changes in a gravitational presence, because I assume that when one of those things opens, there's probably some sort of emitting magnetized wave that disturbs something.
What?
No, he's right. That's a good shout. I'll get on it.
He's right. I like those words.
Fine. All right, Mister. He's right.
What?
Ready
No,
to go?
I'm trying to be smart like you.
Like, I had no idea what you just said.
Yeah, but you're like the smartest person I know.
There's a different. I know stories. Nico, you're
Yeah?
smart. You know what you're talking about. When it comes to all this, you've been the most level-headed out of all of us. Well, Drake as well. The two of you have been handling this actually very calmly. But some of these questions you've been asking, I mean, where are you coming up with them?
I spent a lot of time reading books and hypotheticals on what would happen if people could do more, because I was alone a lot. So
What you were
technology
looking-
might not make me alone. I dream about what it would be like if I could go to places where I wouldn't be alone. So science was a gate for that.
So, if you had a chance, you would have walked through a portal?
Well, not anymore.
Nico, do you still feel alone?
No.
Because we're friends.
Yeah.
And as you walk away from the Hawk's cave, back in the confines of the Logan office,
Back being
Looking-
illegal.
looking around, you see that this space, much of it has been cleared away. Certainly the last time that you listened in on Robert Logan, when he worked here. But much is still present. The mahogany desk, the leather-bound chairs, the large oil painting that hangs behind of a much younger Magnus Logan, his wife, and his two children, Robert and Delilah. But Drake and Darla, as the door closes behind you, what are you looking for?
Is there a computer?
It's there.
Jake, are you smart with computers?
A little.
Oh, really? Sick. You want to try to figure out that password?
Sure.
I can help. And as you sit in like the computer chair, she's leaning over you, just like try password 123. Like to
Relatively
the best
sure
of
it's
her
not 1, 2,
knowledge,
3.
what a password would really be.
So, Drake, make a program check for me. You are going to require 3
But like, I'm
successes for
helping.
this. Are you?
Yeah, she is genuinely trying to help. In Darla way.
That is a no.
Do better.
Yeah, just do better, forehead.
You,
It's that
yeah.
easy. See, it's that easy. I got a 1. I can make that a 2. Ooh, wait.
You want to do this?
She would probably like yell across a certain password. Try this one. Hang on. I have enough. It's the last of all the
go ahead.
messes. My pool.
Have a seat.
Yeah, what password would it be? It's like try
So-
Logan's are the best, but like change
You
the
do that
letters. to
typical
numbers.
thing where you're kind of looking around the office and you like see like a picture of like sort of a family. You see a picture of Robert Logan in front of like a golf
No,
cart.
try this one.
and,
So vain, it would make sense.
But then you see to one side a small framed photo of Robert and his son, John, on a fishing trip. This seems like it was a while ago. John looks very, very young. And bearing in mind the last time you heard the two of them in this office, theirs was hardly a pleasant or even healthy relationship. You think of Robert and the panic that he seemed to display when you staged a kidnapping of John in March. And you try simply John. 3 letters for 3 successes as the computer opens to you.
What a dumb password. That's so easy.
Better than 1, 2, 3, but not much.
I mean, if you added the 1, 2, 3, at least it would make it more cryptic, but whatever.
So what do you want to look for?
Anything, everything. I want to search through files, any sent emails, maybe even some in drafts. Like she probably at that point very rudely like moves you out of the way and is like hunched over just trying to get through and look at anything on this clacky keyboard.
So I will say, if both of you can make investigate checks for me.
Sure. Maybe.
Ooh,
Oh, come on. I
think
will
it's 0.
do the reroll this time. Oh, boy. Dang it.
So you take a condition. It is up to you what that is. And Drake, are you going to push it and re-roll as well? Or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ooh,
Two successes.
spicy.
Okay.
She's
so
upset that you're able to find it.
you sort of have a reversal as, like, Drake, you reach across her and start to, like, use the mouse and the keyboard. But the first thing that becomes very apparent to you is that this computer was, and in many ways still is, Robert Logan's. Many of the emails are unanswered. And are simply unread. And the emails you quickly figure are probably not going to be of any use to you at all. They are not being used by Delilah. Magnus being the age he is, probably doesn't have much to do with computers. But you do find what looks to be a shared calendar. It is a Logan family calendar. And as you go into it, you see a number of meetings that Delilah has held in the past. It appears that she is a businesswoman of quite high standing. This is not perhaps surprising, given the nature of the Logan family and indeed the industry that they used to, certainly before the arrival of the Loop, used to oversee within Eden Falls. But I would say within this calendar, with 2 successes, you see that the past week, the calendar has been mostly empty. And the timing of this seems to be the journey that it has taken to get to Eden Falls. However, in the 2 months preceding this, there have been shipments being made. And as you go through the orders, as you go through the itinerary of each of these shipments, certainly to you it doesn't make a lot of sense. They appear to be mechanical pieces. They appear to be various metals, different screws of different sizes, different bolts, tools, all of them being sent to the same address, which is the Logan estate. And you also see that on Sunday the 30th, there is a lorry that is being sent to the estate and will be driving to Jenkins High on the night of Sunday the 30th.
Question above the table. What's a lorry?
Oh, truck, like a big truck with a shipping container on the back of it.
Okay.
Sorry, we have a whole like thing over here where like to warm up the voice you go red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Sorry, a truck, a big old.
Thank you.
That's okay. No more flashlights here. No more torches around. So yes, that is everything you are able to decipher on the computer.
Would there be anything around the office that would catch our eyes?
Not really, no. It looks as though this place, with the absence of Robert, has mostly been either due to police or higher authorities, has been mostly completely cleared out of paperwork. The
Is
only
there
thing,
a printer in there?
yeah, I'd say there's a printer.
Okay.
Schmort.
I'm gonna print that email and all that detail so I can bring it back to people that know stuff,
Okay.
and then I'll point it out. Darla, our lad, whatever. Look, see this?
Darla, it's fine.
Something going on at the Logan house this weekend.
Yes, actually, I just talked to John, and John said at 9 p.m. tonight? Right, Ed? Was it tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tonight. East wing, dining room, kitchen window. That's...
Okay.
Sorry, that's me reiterating the... Cool,
Yeah.
so we can do that and tell our friends.
Yeah. Let's get this stuff back to the smart people.
Excuse you. I'm very smart.
Nico, Artie, Arthur, whoever that can understand all this, because it's beyond me. And then I guess break into the Logan house.
That's what I do
I
best.
don't know. I'm
Breaking
on a
in.
break-in spree now because of you. You're corrupting me, I guess.
That's okay. It's fun. I just live a very fun life. Is there a window in this office, or is it windowless?
No, there are big windows. Looks out
We should
onto
probably
the
go out the
entire
window.
estate.
Can I try? Is it openable or is it locked?
I will say, just for the expediency's sake, you're able... I mean, this is the quietest portion of the country club.
Cool.
You're able to just simply jimmy open a window and slip out undetected.
And they do. And Jake, where's the walkie-talkie?
Oh, yeah. Pull out my backpack. Here you go.
Thank you. And she's turning it on, and trying to contact Nico or Amelia, whoever is holding the walkie-talkie between you two. But if it goes through, I don't know if there's interference. But Nico, Amelia, we're done. And she lets go of the button.
Comes through loud and clear.
Answer them.
This is the Raven, over.
And knowledge.
And knowledge, over.
This is Rhino and Bench.
What? Why am I a bench?
He didn't give you another new nickname yet, so I'm just going with what he
I
said
already
last
have a
time.
nickname from Eli.
Oh, what is it?
Dang Dang Darla.
But it has your name in it. That's not really a nickname.
Well, that's
Or
what I
code
said
name.
about TJ being Comic Kid and thinks she's being too long because then it's not really a nickname. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Regardless, I don't like that one. I deny it.
Rhino,
Anyway, it's
is
Darla
Nightmare
and-
there?
Rhino.
Yeah.
Wait, is that me? She says into the walkie-talkie. You can tell there's a smile.
Yes. Over.
Sick. Yeah, it's us. We found a lot of fun information. I was able to talk to John. Where are you all? Are you at the hot cave?
We
No.
are. No. Not.
We're getting ready to leave.
Is that a yes or
Did we
no?
already leave?
We're getting ready to leave, actually. Over.
Oh, I thought y'all already left because you were like talking.
Just kidding. We are on our way. Where are we headed, Knowledge?
Where did I point to on the map?
So, I was going to say, with the line that you have drawn between near where you live, Amelia, and the fissure that you found in the cave, you've drawn a straight line, and between the woods and the town, there is a large stretch of field that you are currently headed towards. You've found the point equidistant to those 2 points, and that is where you are headed currently.
Going to a field. It should be easy to spot us, I think.
Helpful.
That
Yeah,
narrows
we're
it
headed
down.
to a field, but it should be easy to spot us, Knowledge says.
That's gonna
I
be
hand
what
the
field?
walkie-talkie to Knowledge. I put
What
it between us because we
field?
could share a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Is the other guy with you?
No,
No.
we decided to leave him home to listen to the radio.
Home.
Wait,
Okay.
they get a nickname? Old guy. No, that's not good. I don't. This is not my
Ooh,
thing.
Sir Doyle.
Sir Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you pick Sir Doyle? That's
Because it's like Arthur Doyle. Sir Arthur Doyle. I don't.
Who's that?
I'll tell you later when you're older.
You older?
Okay.
Okay, where's
Cool.
the field? Is it a random field? Just wander and we'll find it? Or is
Your
it
arrival,
If you go north of
That one
like-
field that everybody knows, okay? Just go with it.
as locals, you would know the area that they're describing as you head out. It's sort of not too far from the scrapyards that exist on the outside of town.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Darla would know immediately. Okay, we'll find you soon-ish, maybe in like an hour. We can make it like 30 minutes. Right, Drake? You run.
Yeah, let's run.
All right. We'll see you shortly. And they run!
No.
Like the two runners they are.
So, as you arrive, Nico and Amelia, in the center of this large, expansive field of long grass, what are the two of you doing while you wait for Darla and Drake to arrive?
Making out.
Amelia will sit on the ground for a second. Just. I feel like I could take a nap after this. You know, I haven't really slept. Not well. I did sleep. It was kind of accidental, so it wasn't a good one on that end, but. I was trying to get Sir Doyle for half the night up and awake, and it's all kind of been a blur. Can you believe it? Wait. After all this, we're talking time travel. Isn't that just amazing?
I think we have a chance to make a better future than he had.
What do you mean? That we could all, be friends? Maybe I exist, apparently?
I mean, if you run around, it couldn't have been that great of a future anyways.
That's true, but I'm biased, so I have to agree.
I don't
What?
think that's how bias works.
Whatever. Not even gonna be bothered with it. I'm just
I'm
tired.
just-
I love two smart kids correcting smart kids.
Amelia, do you have a
What?
crush on Drake?
What? No! Say nothing.
You do?
She'll rip some of the grass out and throw it at Nico. It's not gonna go anywhere, but it's more of just the action of doing it.
Amelia, you should
What?
tell him.
There's nothing. You should shut your mouth or I'm going to start making accusations as well.
That's okay.
You
Am I
weren't
wrong?
supposed to be okay with that. You were supposed to be embarrassed.
He likes you too. Pretty sure. I asked him about you. I said, Drake, do you like Amelia? And he said, anyways. Which is a thing that people do when they're embarrassed.
That's not an answer at all. Plus, you are not
it's called-
exactly the right gauge for people.
Well, what's that mean?
Well,
Amelia, you're aggressively deflecting because I'm correct. And I know you read
No.
enough books that you know that's how it works.
I'm holding my tongue for you. Nico, first of all, we'll table this.
Uh-huh.
Don't say anything to Drake. And don't ask him another question about it. That's none of your business. Plus, he
Amelia-
likes Lulu. What?
No, she turned him down. Lululemon, I know. Her name is Lana, for one.
Lana!
2, I am aware that I don't always understand how people work, but I don't understand how people work in conjunction to me. You all with each other, you're just ants. Ants run on a system. Ants are easy.
Are you
I'm
really
not comparing you
calling
to
me
bugs to make it an insult. I'm comparing you to creatures that are incredibly strong, work in a unit, and are easy to understand if you pay attention, but people often dismiss them. Not everything is a slight. You sound like Darla. It's okay that you like Drake. I don't think it's bad. I'm pretty sure that you two like each other. But you know what? If you don't say anything, nothing's going to happen. You're living in books. You can have a dual life.
I don't
Amelia.
have time for that.
We make time.
We don't make time. If anything, we run away from time according to our little time traveler here. If anything, we're breaking it, but you can't just make it up.
Then change the future.
And change what future? You don't even know what ours is. His is not the same as ours. We don't even have the same history. You're trying to make predictions and changes to something that you don't even know what's going to happen. You, of anything, more than Sir Doyle himself is changing the future. Because of him, you'd think he'd be the one who's having all the butterfly effects, but you are the domino. You're the one who's making all of this happen.
Yeah.
Your radio, your hawk's nest, you pushing buttons. Ugh.
Amelia, I don't expect to have much of a future.
What does that even mean? Nico, what does that
Can you
mean?
both make comprehend checks for me as this question hangs in the air?
Yeah, I can.
What?
Oh, make you sad.
No, I would like to succeed. How many is it going to take me to succeed on this comprehension?
At least 2. It would take
I'm
2, because you have
I'm
4.
I'm spending that there.
As this question hangs in the air, you hear a strange thrumming sound. It echoes around the air, all around you. It sounds almost like an engine.
Nico, get down. Get down. Do you hear
And
that?
Nico, you do. And initially you look all around. Around, and all you see is grass. And Darla and Drake, running from a distance, you see your two friends sat in the long grass. And as you approach these crouching silhouettes, they crouch even lower to the ground and look about. And Amelia, as Nico looks. Your eyes turn skyward as you realize the sound is coming from above. As from seemingly nothing, from out of the clouds, and out of a fissure in the sky, a biplane comes careening out, its engine sputtering and twisting and turning in the air above as it begins to fall. And it is moving directly towards the two of you.
Nico, we're gonna go. And she's gonna try to grab his arm. She is stumbling. She's not very athletic at this. She might be more difficult to move at this point.
I need you both to make move checks for me as Darla and Drake, you see this from afar.
Can I make a move check to push her out of the way?
How far
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You do not stay behind. Don't you dare. Oh no. How close?
You are a good 30 feet away, I would say, at this point, Drake and Darla.
Please hold.
And not like D&D 30 feet, like a real 30 feet. You are.
Shoot.
That's not far.
Yeah.
Sam, how much is it for a bless?
5
Bucks.
doll hairs.
Ooh.
Don't worry.
I'm going to use the last of my blesses to make that at least a 1 success.
Okay.
I'm not failing this. I'm not going to get crushed by an airplane, but I'm back down to 0 now.
Could you imagine if we hit a supernatural right now? We all die. That's the end of the story.
You know what's wild? Oh my god. I have 2 blesses now. That's wild.
2 blesses.
I'm gonna spend 2
Oh,
blesses. I'm gonna
magic.
spend 2 blesses to make it a success in pushing Amelia out of the way as she's trying to move out of the way.
I am not going to tell you how many successes you need, because Drake and Darla, as you rush forward, this plane spinning down towards the ground at a terrifying velocity, you watch as both Amelia and Nico stand, and just before the plane hits the ground, you see Nico push, as there is an almighty explosion in the center of the field, and a ball of fire cascades into the air.
We all know Amelia wouldn't be able to avoid that, right? An explosion.
No, I donated to charity. She's fine.
Across town, Artie sits in his room. He sits on his bed,
Stop it right now.
staring at his feet. And the window opens. Darla, Oh. As Arthur climbs in through the window. I always kept my window open. We should talk. That is where we're going to end this week's session.
I knew you shouldn't have left him alone.